Hello, everybody. Welcome back. To all of you who are joining, this is the second live show today in the history of the YouTube of the Common Sense Sisters. Because you people have demanded for relationships, and we have to dissect and divide all the relationship topics and deliver and come and serve it to you for you to debate on a platter of your common sense. If it's your first time meeting us, we are the Common Sense Sisters.
Hello.
My name is Yo-Yo.
My name is Ella.
And we are welcoming again Crypto Magic, Sam Lu, Timothy.
Festo Come.
Jay.
This is a very serious matter.
You see why we could not combine the topics together?
Yes.
Well, put the topic.
Today's topic, for those of you who are coming from the first live that we had a few seconds ago, that is different. Today's now the one of the now.
I have a music. Those of you in intercontinental relationships, you will need to listen to this live show. My long distance Nigerian girlfriend cheated on me with her own cousin. How we go settle this matter?
Today,
how we gonna be settling this matter? Are you there?
People from the last live show, refresh your YouTube and come and join.
Refresh your YouTube.
We're not going to repeat the story where we start.
Because this is a heavy topic.
There are actually two stories of this abroad relationship.
Yes. Intercontinental relationship is what I call it, because Africa and North America, they are different continents.
Okay, we have people here already. So
the story.
We just start. I think we've already greeted the Common Sense.
The Common Sense Squad, you are heavily welcome. And those who are joining us for the first time, we greet you all, okay? Let us go straight to the public, the cocoa of the matter of today. Boom. As you can see, crazy things are happening. Now, things are happening in Nigeria. Some people get mind, this is the gist. My guy go Nigeria, making go marry. Card printed, advances paid to food and other vendors, the remaining balance paid to her account. My guy got to Nigeria with the hope of having his wedding this month end. On getting to Nigeria, it turns out the chick used money, do love. She actually said she gave it to her cousin to add to his business. But problem that is, it became a problem, right? When none of her family know who this cousin is. Provide the cousin a problem. Then my G had to do some small basbos. Attached with Ekelebe. You tell me what Ekelebe is in the comment section. Attached with Ekelebe before the real love of the girl's life was revealed. They lived together in Lagos in the house my G rented for her. Some later found that there shows Mr. and Mrs. Neighbors even thought that they were married. My G, his family and friends were in shock. My G can't see his phone away and buy for the girl. Inside the phone, scatter my G head. All the while he was telling me the story, he kept emphasizing on one of the videos he saw there, where the other nigga was shining the girl's back. The girl's punana. That's to tell you that the cassava was screwing the punana. Oh God! And the girl, they tell him, say, it's all yours. That is to say that this G from the America that has been financing this his own, girlfriend's life, no say the girl, they shook her things inside other places. Now my G is saying he wants to invite EFCC because the girl defraud them. Do you agree with that? Well, all the money advances gone. Clothes gone, useless invitation cards. I even have one self, useless. He's selling cow he bought. All the presents from the abroad seized. The girl, people are begging my guy. He said, Lila.
The girls people are begging the guy.
He said, Lila, she dey beg for second chance. So the audacity.
This is story number one. Story number one.
Guys, go out of the live, comment, like the video. That's what we're
saying. Thank you, Samolu.
Hit the like button before I change it for you.
Crazy things are happening. Crazy things are happening. That's story number one.
I hope you can remember that story.
You should remember the facts of this story.
Number two, wait till the second story.
The story don't catch up. Story number 2.
It's a fiancé who is a japalizing. This fiancé japalakons.
Alaji, Omo Ilorin, that is child of Ilorin, came to the street of Twitter to come and say, my brother deposited 3 million naira into his wife Tobi's account in preparation for their marriage. The girl used money to process visa and travel out. Oh, people of the world, these are the 2 stories that we have for you.
Please be dropping the link.
How are we gonna
settle this matter?
Please,
what is the meaning of ekelebe?
This matter.
What is the meaning of ekelebe?
On the one hand, the first girl is Nyashin, her cousin. Sure. Who happens to not be her cousin in real life, because the other family members don't know who this cousin is.
I think we're not putting the story well.
The
neighbors.
A man is dating a woman. Let's say Michael is dating
Rose. Rose lives in Nigeria.
Rose lives in Nigeria. Michael has been financing Rose, got Rose a house from America, everything. It's time for them to get married. When wedding cards, invitations are printed, people are invited, cars have been bought, cake has been done, bridegroom and the chief bridesmaid, everybody is on deck ready for the wedding day.
Yeah.
On getting to the Nigeria, you find that Rose is not so rosy after all.
Rose had
comes. Rose is piakasain Isaac.
Rose they use.
Isaac is licking the fruits of Rose,
which has been provided by Michael.
And Rose is telling Isaac that take it, bro. It's all yours.
It's all yours.
Even the neighbors thought that Rose and Isaac are married.
Oh,
now
Michael
doesn't know what to do. He wants to involve the EFCC because this is clearly romantic fraud.
Bam.
The girl's family, Rose family, they are begging him, and Rose is asking for a second chance.
Oh, the audacity.
That's the story number 1. Story number 2 is very simple and short. Also, long distance relationship. This one is, I gave this fiance 3 million naira for a wedding that will probably not take place. And the woman used the money to process visa and travel out.
Yes, so Samolu, it is a romantic fraud. Yeah.
Crypto magic.
Pounding the sugar wall to no diameter. Crypto magic, you are right.
How are we going to settle
this matter?
We just came from one of the cheating. This is another one that I think is even more
heavy.
It's more heavy.
I think the guy from
it's more heavy. So the link is in the comment section.
Please click the link. This is
loud. It's very, very loud.
It's very loud. You see, that's why we cannot combine the noise.
We combine both of them in one video because on one hand, the other people are already married. On this other hand, this one they are about to
be married.
Romantic fraud.
Yes, we know that you are coining it.
Do you people think EFCC should be involved in this matter? And what is the meaning of ekelebe? I don't understand. Because in that statement, I think ekelebe to me, I know but I don't know exactly what it means.
I don't know if ekelebe is area boys or whatever. I don't know whoever understands the slang of ekelebe. Omo, today Cupid trouble. Yes, so
Cupid cannot solve this case.
Yes, so
all the men, you might police.
See, yeah, it's true. Ekelebe is police.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. Thank you, Felix. Thank you. We don't drop links, so things are happening to men. Bam! Be clicking the link. Welcome again. Today is Wednesday.
This one now another level. I don't even know what to say. You know, sincerely, there's nothing EFCs can do about this case because maybe. If it was a foreigner defrauding Nigerian guy defrauding a foreigner, they might say because of, they are trying to paint the country bad and all those stuff, internet fraud. But this one is an arrangement between two people. They love each other and they will say they change their mind. Okay, what will they be charging the lady for?
The money was sent for the marriage preparation.
Exactly. But what will you be charging, taking him to EFCC for?
Because all the money has been sent to you.
Okay. You can charge me for diversion of funds or this thing. Even if it's taken to court, let me tell you, the court will still ask them to go and settle you out because it's a family matter. Now, family matter now. There's nothing the court will do. Do you think they will send the lady to jail or something? How is he going to pay back the money?
She's begging for second chance.
She has to pay the money back, and you and I know that woman has no money.
Okay. Let's say they arrange that you are going to pay the money back, and they will go to, put a payment plan. They will arrange for a payment plan, and based on our income, maybe if somebody that is earning 20,000 per month, or let's say 50,000 maximum, and how much are you going to pay? Even if you are owing government here, you are owing government here, and they ask you to pay, they're going to work out a payment plan. Except if it's a task force where they can take your asset and all this or sell it and take it back. Let's say maybe all these people that are taking benefit or something, you overclaim and all this stuff. They're just going to, I like to pay. How are you going to pay back? Will you be paying? Okay, I can afford to pay 10 pounds every month. I can afford to do it. That's how you're going to pay. And that is what the court is going to do in that case. There's nothing they will do. We're not going to put her in prison. How is the money going to come out? It's not coming out even if the
No, I don't think she should be put in prison though. She should pay, number one. Number two, she should pay for his mental health issues. He should sue for emotional.
You should take her to civil court.
Civil court. She should pay for it so that I can see a psychologist.
Because he would have spent money on that marriage. Because the marriage was supposed to hold though. But because of this thing, the marriage did not hold again.
Now today, people have been doing that one for a long time. Let me tell you something. My elder brother, my immediate elder brother was dating a girl then when I was still in school. In uni, when my brother too was in school then in Ibadan Poly. No, don't let me mention. He was in Poly but he was doing business by the side. He was making money, and he was dating this girl, very young when they started dating, and they dated for about 12 years. Yes, 12 years. Within that 12 years, my brother, took over the finances of her taking and sending her to school because she was from a very humble background. The parents were not really there. So he really actually spent a lot of money on this babe. In fact, at the time when she was doing her HND, my brother said, he has been all his life, she has been living in Ibadan. Let me take her to Lagos, put it in a school in Lagos to do. And before she moved to hostel, she was staying in her house because my brother's room, but my brother lives in Ibadan doing business. At that time, my brother was in school, already started a business, even had people that he was there. So he had money, even as a student. But because we entered school at the same time, he had a delay. But so my brother will send money to her from, when she's going to, my mom will also give her provision, and everybody was nice. And at the time, I have started working then. I also give her pocket money and all this stuff.
Let us marry this girl before this responsibility.
Let me finish now. My brother now eventually, and the babe went to NYSC, and when she wanted to do her NYSC, my brother said, I don't want her to go very far, that I want to work out somewhere. So my brother walked out to Ogun State, which is close to between Lagos and Oyo State. My brother also walked out to serve in a bank, and that was how she got a job in the bank. And in the process of working in a bank, this guy will be checking balance and see this guy that has a lot of money, and that one was eating on the babe. Now, so the babe, in fact, when she was serving, my brother had to rent her a house, put everything there, whatever she needs, so that she can be comfortable. And she was lucky she got a job in the bank, and that was it. And after that, my brother now knows she has done everything she needs, and it's time to, get back. In fact, this babe has a sickle cell brother, that my brother has donated blood twice when he had crisis. This is my immediate elder brother. And the girl, my brother just called me one day. I said, myself and so person were no longer together at this. I said, what happened? Everyone was shocked. We couldn't believe it. My brother was sick. He was in hospital for 2 weeks. He couldn't call anybody to say, this is what I was going through. He was on drip like 3 bag of,
No, Jesus. 12 years. You know how women used to say I've invested in relationship.
That was 12 years. 12 years relationship. 12 years relationship. Nothing happened now. He had to move on with his life,
But why did she like just break up with him or what? Was she cheating on him?
She just, I think my brother is a business person. He's not somebody that is working, women in Nigeria, what I think is that women always want something that is certain, unlike uncertainty. When you are a business person, there are times that you will make money, there are times it's like a water flow. There are ups and downs, in when you're doing a business. So maybe the lady has done a calculation. Oh, this one is working with government and he has a regular income. Somebody working with NMPC, you have a regular salary, and you are the banker customer. You see all their salary every month, and you say, oh, he has a regular income. This, and he's also not a single guy, and you just say, oh, but let me just move on with my life. This guy is a business person. That time that business, you make money and and all those stuff. But that is the unfortunate thing about life. It's not I've seen several guys that have sponsor women like that. They spend so much money, and at the end of the day, and it's not that my brother was not even improving on himself. He too was a graduate too. But it's a business. He likes to go into business. So that is it. So in this case, what will he do? Will he go and now report to police to come and arrest the father? This lady, they are so poor that my brother was the one that bought them TV in their house. They don't even have a TV.
Not only your brother, but your mama, the whole family invested in this woman for 12 years.
Now the real
12 years.
No, because say they're going to call you. So not some relationships they're going to call you Yahweh, but they're going to siphon you. Wow. Jesus.
So if you calculate how much he has spent, you cannot even quantify the wasted time and all those stuff. I understand what these guys have done is. I am telling you, there's nothing they can do to recover that money. That guy has been swindled. They've taken away the money. I have a friend that was almost going to a similar situation. The guy lives in US, and we just one day online, we just eat on each other, and we started chatting, and I was talking to him about as he regularized his paper because he's been in US for a long time, went there as a student or scholarship. Yeah. And he said, oh, he has finally got his paper, this and that and everything. He's even done about 2 masters. And this guy is actually doing very well for himself. So he now said that he has dated one American lady that, tried to draw, that has held him down for a long time, but they are now separated. He's finally want to go and really marry a Nigerian lady. And he now told me that somebody introduced someone to him in Nigeria. And she was sending money to that girl every month. Like monthly, he said he sent money to rent a house and all those stuff. And I said, are you crazy? I said, how did you meet this girl? He said it was a friend that I said, I am sure that guy is the boyfriend to that girl. They are, knocking your wife in Nigeria. I said your girlfriend. Somebody is knocking Nigeria, collecting free money. And you think you are not. After about 3 months, this guy came to me and told exactly what I told him. Yeah. That was what happened. He now sent somebody to go and investigate everything I told him. And that was what really happened. This guy has been sending money every month, send like 300K, 200K to that girl. This was just enjoy free money from US dollar.
Okay, Samuel, let's hear from Jay. So we why do you?
Jay, we are here. Jay, unmute yourself so we can hear you.
Can you? Oh yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. I always ask because I'm not sure. Honestly, this guy should just count his losses and move on. Oh. There's nothing you can, especially that happened in Nigeria. Whether you call EFCCO or you don't call EFCCO, your money has gone to a voicemail. The only thing that you can do, excuse me, the only thing that you can do to help yourself is maybe you can threaten them with police and then make them sign like a payment plan. The chances of you getting your money is like close to -0 if there's any such value. So I don't think that there's anything that guy can do. Unfortunately, when you are in a long distance you're not even long distance relationship, when you're in a relationship, you're taking a risk. Then if you now take long distance relationship, that's like another big risk. Then after all of that, you're sending money home. Just forget it, the money is gone.
What about the other guy that also sent money for wedding plans for visa, but the fiancé used the money to process visa and travel out? Oh, Lauren's friend.
Again, that it's an expensive lesson to learn, but unfortunately, when you play foolish games, you win stupid prizes. Like there's really nothing that you can do. Unfortunately, there's nothing. And we're in a society like, unfortunately, Nigeria is a society where lawlessness is kind of like almost the order of the day for the most part. So the chances of you getting your money back is very slim. But if you're in another country, for example, maybe you can actually press charges and stuff like that. But I'm sorry, your money is gone. Because even I'm not to sound pessimistic, but like
sounded
even to send money to your relatives, like your parents or even your siblings, when they ask you for money, in my mind, when I send money, I'm just like, you say you want to use it to do this, chances are you're not going to use it to do that. So let me just, as I've sent this money, I've sent it knowing that it has gone and I have no control over it whatsoever. Talking to somebody that you're not even like, you haven't even established like, that kind of relationship that you have with your close family, right? So I don't know, it's a huge risk. I wouldn't recommend anybody do it. For me, personally, I'm not speaking for everybody. I would not recommend long distance relationship that involves sending money, your life savings to somebody that you don't have quick access to. Don't pay. Okay.
Now life savings now. Okay.
The guy was very, very crazy.
Oh my goodness.
It was in preparation for their
their marriage.
Okay, Toby, we're all ears.
Yeah, this is a very. I think we can all agree on this one.
You won't take you did like to get a basket of no.
My Starbucks coffee don't simmer down. I told that barista, I want decaf, but for some reason, anyway. So I'm gonna be calm on this one. It is sad, but it happens all the time. I've seen it. I mean, I've lost count how many times I've heard stories like this. It has happened to friends, family, it's not a criminal thing if some sort of a relationship was established. So even if you go to report to the authorities, especially in Nigeria, I mean, there's not much they can do because the pretext really is that you guys established something. Every time you get into a relationship with anybody, whether long distance or local, you run the risk. You run such risk. Things happen. Yeah, it's just the reality of life. You can just cross your fingers and hope that the one you are transacting with, for the lack of a better word, will do right by you. But otherwise, there's no. It's life, and these guys should just take heart and move on and hope that the next girl or lady will do right by him. Having said that, in countries like, in the West, in the more advanced countries, they have small claims court. I mean, that's the best you can do.
That's civil court in Nigeria.
They now do, okay, awesome. So you go there, the judge listens to you, and if there is some documentary evidence that money was transferred and something was written down for this purpose, yeah.
And even the small claims court, most of them have limits on how much you can actually claim.
Absolutely.
Most cases is 5K. It's 5,000.
Yeah, there's a cap. There's a cap on how much you can charge. So Jay, like you said,
collect money from all the court.
Yeah, so Jay, like you said, if you are giving out your life savings, there's a limit to how much you can be asking for.
You can only probably most places is $5,000 or 10,
yeah.
on where you are.
Yeah. So otherwise, it is a sad reality. It's a harsh one, but it does happen. You just hope that if you meet somebody either long distance, I am not naturally a fan of long distance, but sometimes you never know when you find love, and it does work sometimes. And when you whether local or long distance, you just pray that whoever you're dealing with will do right by you. That's all I gotta say. It's a tough one. You guys should just take heart and pray that God will
take care of him.
When wrong is done to men, don't tell men to take heart. This is not good.
I read something today online. I didn't take a screen grab of it. So there's this young man, right? He's in the university. So in his first year, he started dating this girl. I think he's a Nigerian guy. Nigerian men, there's something special about them. I don't know.
We are special. You already know what time it is.
People are very special. Nigerian men are they're unique breeds. So this guy, he decided to open a joint account with his girlfriend.
In first year,
I'm telling you. Come on.
You are the girlfriend.
Why?
Couple goes now. Yo and Ella, couple goes. What are you talking about?
The guy in his first year, right? He opened joint account. But check this out. Not only the guy they credit the account, the girl they debit the account.
So the guy was collecting money.
No, the guy puts in money, but the girl's the one always spending the money from the joint account, right? So we asked the girl, like, babe, what's up now? When are you going to start, contributing to this our joint account for this our relationship? The girl say when they enter second year. When they now enter second year in the university, second semester, the girl break up the relationship.
When it was time for her to be putting money inside.
Why would they take that young man now to take her?
He's very stupid.
The guy was an assistant boyfriend finance. He doesn't know. We have that kind of different type of boyfriend. You say, you're assistant boyfriend academics. Assistant boyfriend finance. We have assistant boyfriend social. When we be somewhere, maybe one, when we're in school, we used to have most of our mates then, they will be dating guys that are already working in the bank, meanwhile, they will have on campus, they will have assistant boyfriend academics, the one that will be helping them with tutorials about the stuff. And they will have assistant boyfriend finance, those guys that they take small change from them, all those stuff. And so they will have assistant boyfriend social, the one that will snacking them.
Yeah.
And the boyfriends, you only get to see those one maybe on Valentine's Day. They will drive. It happens to my friend. It took on Valentine's Day. They all went to Moremi. I think Temiti, is an alumni of the same school. Guys, God came to that girl in Moremi, and the main guy, Coco banker, that with a good TM shirt, and the guy just came around. I think he drove from Ibadan. He was walking, and he was the one that eventually he said all of them were looking at themselves in the hostel like this. Who is taking the babe out?
That babe is a gangster.
When I was in school, there was no mobile and all those stuff. It was basically you only try to impress girl. Maybe you have with the way you dress and the way you carry yourself, and you have a little change. Few guys have a used car on campus. Those ones that use car, they are from a rich home. There was no Yahoo guys those days when I was talking about. So that was what happened. So it always happens on campus like that. Type of assistant boyfriend.
Yeah, and then they have the church ones too, the ones that.
Commonsensesisters, the story you just narrated, I think that's one of the things people do when they're in love and without necessarily processing.
Don't provoke me now. I don't say the coffee they kiki.
So honestly, it's not entirely a bad idea when you have goals, what they call couple goals, and people, they're not married and they do certain things to maybe, I don't know, to inspire themselves to, I don't know, they just do make certain decisions, and logic usually doesn't prevail in those situations. Sometimes it works, and it leads them to greater things and better things. Sometimes it doesn't. In this case, you are depositing money into an account. and the other partner is not doing the same. They are withdrawing the funds you are depositing. Okay, somebody might say you are Mr. Nice Guy, you are the ideal boyfriend, maybe you can afford to do that, but if you can't afford to do that, then it's questionable, and you have to begin to ask certain questions. Maybe your objective originally for embarking on that is to say, okay, let's plan our future, let's have a joint account, let's maybe towards some business, something. So again, I'm not knocking the idea, but something like we're talking about last week, this is where financial due diligence is needed, and this is where you got to stay on top of people and to make sure they are fulfilling their own side of the bargain or whatever. But having said that, ultimately, it's a risk. If you get involved with people, relationships generally, it's a risk. And you can only pray and hope that.
It's a risk.
I'm sorry.
Pardon. Sorry.
Yeah.
I agree with you. It's a risk, but don't open joint account with somebody that you've been dating for 1 year. I don't even care whether you have goals to be Dangote or you want to be or Tedola, whatever it is that you want to be. You shouldn't open a joint account with somebody that is just known for a year. I'm sorry, but a year, you're still in the honeymoon phase. Everything is rosy. Probably you haven't had like your first like big disagreement yet. Mm-hmm. Probably you're still basking in the glow of love. Don't do it, please. Just help yourself. Don't do it, because even people that have been married for a long time, right? I have a friend that works at that used to work at a bank. Mm-hmm. And yeah, like sometimes if there's problems in the relationship, the husband will just go in and drain the joint accounts, and there's nothing you can do at that point because the money is gone. So like, talk us of someone that you've known for just 1 year. Don't do it. Mm-hmm. Don't do it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Crypto Magic. We covered that story about the kidney, the Mexican guy that donated his kidney to his girlfriend's mother, and the girlfriend dumped him a couple of months after. Yeah, it also happened to a girl too. She donated her kidney to a boyfriend, and he also dumped her.
You said I went to Vegas and lost. Felix, you are back. Hey, Felix,
I'm back.
Okay.
I was listening to what everyone was saying. All of us are making big points, but I just want to say a few things.
Which one you doing on humility here now, Felix? Give the energy, Felix. We know
Okay. Now listen to this.
This matter.
Men play a lot of games. Before you judge a woman, women have this club. When a woman starts putting doubt on you, all she's thinking is how to get something out of you. Even the wife you have at home. Some women are there not because they want to continue the marriage, but when they look around, maybe money or the children involved, they decide to be in the marriage. Men also play games. Let me just take instance of distance relationship. Mm-hmm. What have the man told the woman? There must be a foundation. I don't say that everybody is perfect, everybody is wrong. I'm talking about the one that took the money and traveled abroad. The man may be giving let's just deal with this issue. The man may be promising the girl things that are not true. Maybe something may have been going on and the girl say, oh, this guy may not be serious with me. Let me just cash the money and move on with my life. So the easiest way is for the lady to cash out the money. So she cashed out the money. Let us not just put the thing that maybe the lady lied or they play games, or sometimes also men, distant relationship is very bad. The guy may not be serious, may not be punctual. When the lady may not be saying truth, or maybe the girl in question may have found out some certain secrets. So she decided to pick the cash and go away, move with her life. That's number one. So I don't see anything wrong with that fact anyway. These are pure games. Play me, I play you. So, secondly, the one that took the money for the marriage and never planned the marriage, that one again is another thing. Because before a woman will be taking money, what is she using that money she has been collecting for? That is first question. That money she has been collecting, what is she using it for? There may be another man by the side that is promising her the same thing that one is promising. So maybe she's also investing that money on the other man, and the thing don't work out.
That's what happened.
So she decided to. Oh, that was what happened.
Yes.
Okay.
She was giving the money to her cousin. But her own family members do not know who this cousin is.
Okay. That's what I'm saying.
The house that the abroad boyfriend was paying for, she was staying in the house with another man. Aside the main guy. And the neighbors in that environment thought that they were even married.
See, the truth is, the way the God created women have one mindset. And as a man, I don't say that, I don't want to put it in agendalism. I don't want to go there. Let us not go far beyond that. But
today is your day.
Let us face reality. The way God created women are very easy to convince. As somebody said, oh, don't do that. When a man have the word intelligence on convincing a woman, this is a diploma that people own. Women are very easy to convince, and when you get their key, you have already failed them. Especially when you are stupid to a woman, she believes you. So the best way to play a woman is to be stupid to that woman. Anything the woman said is right. Any man that played that stupidity, any man that played that is a game player. Any man that comes every time, anything the woman says is true. Watch that man. Is very dangerous. Because women don't know this part, because they call it royalty. It's not royal. No man wants to be royal. Anything that makes a man to be that royal, that anything you say is true, something is behind that truthness. So women don't get this point. So they easily fall down on men like that. And that is how they call it.
No. Today the men are the victim.
No, I'm coming. I know the man is victim. What makes the man to be a victim now is because the money used, the money that the man was sending, another man was royal. Another man was there. That was what I'm trying to get the point. Another man was royal to be sponsored, because the man behind the scene also knows about the other man that is bringing the cash.
So men not supporting men.
Yeah, there's a man behind, and the man must know what is playing on. So they are trying to cash out the cash to sustain their living without knowing that the man is also planning his own game. So the woman now fall a victim on the path. So I would advise the man to forgive the woman and get her back. You know, that kind of woman, if you marry her, she will not betray you again. That is one secret about that. Yeah, if you marry that woman, she will never try that again, because she has already been a victim. So she will always try to sustain her home and make her home beautiful. So I will not advise the
woman. If the side dude marries the woman, or the other,
no, the one that was financing. If the woman apologized, I will advise that one to marry the woman. Sorry, my battery is just running down. If the woman apologized, I will marry that woman back.
Because you think you have learned a lesson.
Yes, the best way to deal with issue is to be silent with issue. There are some issues that you don't need to discuss. You just go silent, and that case die. The woman will not repeat that nonsense again.
Interesting perspective.
Because the woman is begging him.
Because the woman is begging him. Because you think eventually the royal man, are you calling it royal or loyal? Royal.
Yeah.
Do you think that the royal man, who happens to be the side dude, you think that he's going to he's going to abandon her nonetheless once the financier from America stops financing?
Yes, now. Yes, now.
Again. Yeah. So today I've learned that relationship is a game, and there's something that Jay and Toby said. It's a risk. It's a risk.
There's something. Have you ever read immigration laws in Canada? Have you ever go through immigration law before?
Yes.
In immigration law, there's a place they put clause. They say that if you file for somebody as a spy, if the immigration, no, you're not responsible. They said if the immigration succeed in giving the person visa, you are no longer responsible. You are only responsible in maintaining the person, but you are not responsible in deporting or making the person stay in Canada. What does that state? That state that you have no right under that person's life, whether the person continue the relationship or not.
That is in Canada. In UK, it's not like that. In UK, until the person becomes they will call it indefinite leave to remain. That is ILR. That is until the person get that indefinite leave to remain. The spouse is still responsible. You can call the immigration and say it was a sham marriage. They will cancel the visa immediately. In fact, the person, if somebody brings you to the country, the person still needs to maintain a level of income for that person to renew their visa. Like, they have a minimum requirement. If you are bringing your spouse abroad, you must be working and be making a certain amount of money. And for that person to be renewing the visa, you must still continue to make that amount of money. In case you are not making that amount of money, maybe if you have a child, then they can say, okay, because it's not arranged marriage, then they will still renew for you. But they are going to extend your renewal to 10 years route instead of you about 5 years before you get your indefinite leave to remain. In UK, the person that sponsors, the moment the person calls and say, this guy, I'm not responsible for him again, they will cancel your visa immediately. I advise you to leave the country.
Yeah, so okay, so we will not move to immigration because I don't really care what they are for immigration.
Yeah.
Felix, you are muted though. Felix, I don't mute yourself so that we can hear you. I don't know if you're talking.
The matter of fact that today we are seeing the story is that the men are the victim. They are men that are in love. They are in love, and to them they are committed. They also must have thought and believed that the women that they were sending all this money to were also committed, in the sense that they were sending the money for the purpose of their union,
their wedding,
their marriage, and their union. So that those women, they are the culprits. They call them culprits. They are the culprits. They are the culprits. Yes, they are the wicked ones in this situation. I feel sorry for the men, for both guys.
Auntie, hi.
Eh?
Auntie, hi. I have something to say.
What do you have to say?
Let me say this real quick. I think there's a recurring theme I'm hearing that because as a man you're spending money on some girl, she's obligated to be with you.
No. That's not what anybody's saying. No.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm the one saying it then. That the fact that you are spending money or you are sending money, she's not obligated to be with you. You know, the decision to be with you, or to be with anybody for that matter, it shouldn't be because the person does you a favor or they send you to,
in this case,
all those things.
Toby, this is not just boyfriend girlfriend. It's like the whole family is involved in the preparation of this marriage.
Yo, I hear you. Yo, I hear you, and I hear you loud and clear. I'm saying that you don't want somebody. I don't want somebody to be indebted to me and to be with me. It has to be based on genuine love. It's not.
You've proposed marriage to this girl. This thing is not girlfriend relationship.
Okay, so
he's committed. He has been sending money home for their wedding.
He's in Nigeria for them to be married.
Now, if we have enough proof that from the start this girl has been cheating this guy, or it was just a scam from the start, okay, fine. Yes, I agree with you. But I'm saying when there was a genuine relationship between the both of them, anything can happen. So if somebody chooses to walk away because of something they saw, we cannot say, oh, why are you leaving him? After all the money he has spent. That's what I'm saying.
And we're not talking about that though.
That's
bringing something
different. We're not talking about saying you are sending your girlfriend money on a regular. The two men in this situation, they sent money for their wedding.
Yes.
But these women scammed them.
Yeah.
I mean that one is straightforward. That one is
money every month to your girlfriend. That's your business.
Yeah. So if you are at the point where you're getting married and you're sending money for a wedding, then that's the worst case. That's the worst case scenario.
Now your barista are blamed for this coffee when they buy.
The only thing, my own point is, the only thing these guys can do is
you people should take your time.
they can use their strict judgment, jungle justice. What you can do, retrieve what you can retrieve from them. Maybe their property, whatever they have in their house, just go, whatever you can take. But if you want to go and report to the police or something, you are not getting a penny. I can assure you that you are not going to get
it. Look, so we've seen where people cancel weddings on the wedding day, right?
Exactly.
We've seen that happen several times. So the reason I'm saying that is that to agree with you guys that I guess with Samolu, that there's really nothing anyone can do about this. You can report to the police, yeah, but there's nothing anybody can do. It is what it is. You have to take it. It's a bitter pill, but you got to swallow it. So you got to just swallow it and move on.
I think also.
I don't agree with jungle justice, by the way.
You say what thing?
No, what I like jungle justice is that I'm not saying the beating of. I'm saying you just carry guys, just go and invade their house, carry what if you carry.
Yeah,
Strip the house down to the mattress, carry everything.
Because when they pay for the house,
I'll just walk away. I'll just walk away.
No, but you not go walk away.
Let's look at this.
Now you be me. I tell you what I do. You say I don't go do it.
Let's look at this thing from this angle.
Let me give you a scenario. Let's give you a scenario. Something happened in UK. My wife's friend, the younger brother to my wife's friend, proposed to a lady, a Nigerian lady. The guy's, and he gave her a diamond ring. The diamond ring worth between 9,000 and 10,000 pounds. Yes, and the girl is from the northern part of Nigeria, this Hausa side. She came to do her master's when he met the guy, but the guy is here. He's a British citizen. He's been here from teenage years. So he met the lady and they were dating and they proposed. He gave him a ring. He gave her a ring, and so that was so. After he has engaged her. Later, he now said that the lady now said the parents will not allow her to marry because they want her to marry somebody Muslim who is a Muslim. Because they are Hausa from the north, so they will now connect her to one permanent secretary's son. You know all those arrangements. Yeah. And the sister said, "Okay, she's not marrying you." As she returned the ring, she said, "The boy just said, no, that's not it." He said, "What?" The sister. It was his sister that called her. They said, "Please, can you have the ring my brother gave you?"
Wow,
I now have she collected the ring though.
Yes.
She collected the ring. The ring is worth 9,000 pounds. You know how much that money
is even worth £1. The basis of that ring was the contract of marriage. You were not marrying again. You return the ring. It's not that your parents will not allow you to date somebody that is not from their side. You dated, they
when they say, "Will you marry me?" You say yes.
Yes. Now you are saying no. You're not going to return the ring.
All these women return the ring. The men should go. Not men. Don't come and be funny. As a man, I will just let it go. It's just ring. But I return that ring. Sell it. Use the money to invest in something. What is that?
He was ready to let the ring. He has let go of the ring. It was his sister that collected it back. Said, "What? The ring you bought for 9,000 pounds, you're going to let it go like that?" No. She collected the ring back.
I agree. I think these guys that people are right, that they should count the guys that are the victim in today's whatever, that they should count their losses and all those type of things. But
what if it was what if this happened to a woman? A woman, would people still share the same views of the woman?
It happens to women all the time.
I will speak to this. Yes, count your losses. It's gone. As a matter of fact, you should even. Let me not be mean, but like
be mean now. Come on, Jay. Be mean. Say it as it is.
As a woman, you should even they should even slap you, sir, for being a victim of that kind of nonsense. Because it's like you should be at least a little bit more intuitive, in the kind of person that you're with. So if it's a woman, you still have to cut your losses. There's nothing you can do. Maybe the society will have a little bit sympathy for you, and they might help you fight for your battles and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you should know better.
I think generally it happens all across the board. Men, women do it to men do it to women. A quick story. this guy, a friend shared this with me, and it happened to her brother. So this guy in America, sending money home to Nigeria, and then after like what 5 years, he goes back and forth. Then he had a child with the girl, and then he's sponsoring her to bring her in ultimately. Long story short, the day she was to come into the country, he went to LAX. I think it was LAX, according to the story, to go pick her up. On the way there, this chick sent him a text and says, by the way, don't bother coming, that I have decided somebody else is coming to pick me up. Come to find out that by the time, all along the past 5 years or so, when this guy was doing all of the husband things he was doing, she actually had another guy here in America the entire time. So the day of arrival, the guy showed up, to pick her up before the real husband showed up. And then guess what? The other guy took her home, and then she filed for child support on top of that.
Did the guy check whether it's really his child? Did he do DNA tests?
That's what I mean. Ultimately, I didn't get that part. They didn't share that part of the story with me in terms of what happened in the end. But up until the part that they shared, the story was. Obviously, I'm sure she knew. I'm sure she knew that he was the one responsible, because that's going to be required, for the child support. So 5 years of investment, 5 years of investing in her, in the family.
In America too.
Did she give birth to a child in America or in Nigeria?
In Nigeria. So she brought the child in on that basis that okay, I'm coming to meet my husband, not knowing that the entire time that this dude was investing in her, in her entire family back home, there was another guy here. And so she chose to walk away with that guy. So
has come. Jesus.
My bottom line, guys,
that's
they
crazy.
happen all the time.
And the guy will continue to pay the child support.
If he's the father, yeah. If he's responsible, he will pay for the next 18 years.
A moment of silence for this.
let's have a moment of silence.
Or he decides to relocate out of America and
for
go back
the
to
next 18 years, he's going to pay. Otherwise, his ass is going to be in jail.
Yep.
It's sad, but that's life.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of long distance relationship, frankly. Like I don't recommend it because it's hard to even know somebody that you see on a regular basis than for you to actually get to know somebody that you don't share a space with. Like anything can happen. Like unfortunately, it's a huge risk that if you're sending money, just know that chances are it's not going to come back.
Yeah.
What if now for Toby's story, that girl that went with another man in America, what if it's probably her and that man in America that have planned that they will be using the child support money from this original guy to be helping themselves in America?
Because if you're bringing your spouse into America, you're coming with fiancé visa. She's supposed to be coming in with
fiancé. Nigerian when Nigeria does not really know about child support thing. So I'm thinking that the guy in America
would have the second dude.
He's the one
that they're probably
you're right. You guys are right. He schooled out very well.
Yeah. They were probably planning it together. Honestly, like those intentions, you can never really know.
The other guy in America doesn't even have paper to bring out in the first place.
Probably didn't have the money, right?
And the worst part of this story, the worst part is that every month, if he is responsible biologically for that child, every month, on top of all the heartache that he's going through and the trauma, he has to write that check every month.
Yeah, we collect it from him now.
Every month for the next 18 years. So, it's, I don't know, guys. It's tough, but it's life. It happens all the time.
But this guy can still report to immigration service that he was picked.
And you don't know how she came into the country.
What evidence does he have? Couples break up all the time.
It's true.
Yeah, she can say anything.
But there's supposed to be
anything. She can say I fear for my life. It became abusive.
Yeah.
But Toby, what if
somebody that they've never lived together?
When they come in with the fiancé visa, they have I think 90 days to get married in America.
No, I think they were already married in Nigeria. She came in with green card. Yeah, they were already married in Nigeria.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, he did everything legally, cultural obligation, finance, everything. He did it all for her.
It is finished.
How to marry? So the guy was like, "You think say you did wise? You are a woman." It's not funny, but it's it's sad. It's the harsh reality, and it's very sad. But these things happen all the time. Even people that are local, people that you are seeing that are with you in your locality, they can still dupe you.
Yeah, I was just saying, right? Like about if you get into disputes, like if your partner decides to do whatever they can to defraud you, there's really nothing that you can do except go to court and hopefully the justice system can help you. That's if you're not in Nigeria. Nigeria, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just wipe your tears and move on.
Everywhere,
you sponsor your girlfriend for masters in the UK. Sponsor Nigerian men for masters. British pounds, you know, 500 something to in naira.
780s.
This kind of actually goes into what we were talking about last week about loving people without actually using your common sense while you're in that relationship, because you and honestly, this is how I
pretend though, Jay. So people really pretend.
But that's the thing though, is like for me personally, when I'm doing favors or I'm lending somebody money or something, I usually just do it knowing that with no obligation of I'm expecting something in return. You know what I mean? Like I'm not giving you money. So I usually I try not to part with something that I can't afford to lose.
Yeah, I guess.
So like if you ask me to sponsor you for masters, it's like, sure, if I was Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos, sure, I will do it, because to me that money is probably a drop in the bucket. I can afford to lose that money if tomorrow you decide to say this person was wicked and whatever, and you never give me any quote unquote credit for helping you out. That's fine, because I can afford to lose it. It's money I can part away with. But if it's something that I can't afford to lose, I'm sorry.
Sponsoring somebody, it's a tough one. Guys, I hate to be the bearer of bad news on this topic, but I mean, there's so many stories. There was another story here. This man brought her from Nigeria, typical story, brought her from Nigeria, sent her to nursing school, which is the typical gateway career, for those who just come in. I mean, we all know how the game works. So yeah, I'm just gonna say it as it is. So, anyways, long story short, they started live, and some men have this romantic idea of, all these women here, they don't finish, let me go to my village and bring wife. And they import this chick, and then they go to school and they start becoming more assertive, to changes from the person he wants her to be. Long story short, they had a problem with the marriage, and they decided to. They were struggling in the marriage. So now this chick, during that process, there was an altercation. The cops got involved, and the law for the most part favors women in this part of the world. So he was told to leave the home that he bought, that he paid for, the mortgage, everything. He brought her from Nigeria to stay with him. He's the owner, but the cops came and said, okay, man, you got to go. So anyway, he left the home, but periodically he would drive around the neighborhood, and then he started noticing this one car. Apparently, this chick went and got herself another guy, boyfriend, and then the guy is coming over, he's sleeping over, blah, blah, blah. What happened next was that this guy went and got himself a gun, and he shot the both of them. He couldn't take it. That I'm not gonna sit here and watch you. Pretty much, you guys take over all I've worked for all of my life, So he killed them, and he's in jail as we speak. Again,
Sad, man.
It's sad. I'm sorry, guys. This is becoming
no, but it's
more somber.
It's the reality of what's happening, right?
It is reality.
I understand when people say it's just best to count your losses.
Because just move away. Because now, I mean, I know out of anger he did that, and emotions and all of that, and nobody's gonna be able to. Nobody can take that. He felt cheated. He felt robbed. He felt robbed, and he just didn't know better. What can I do? What else can I do? And then he killed them. So now they are dead, and now his life is over because he's in jail. I say walk away. It is sad. Just walk away so that you can live to see another day.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I absolutely agree with that one. Woo! Now, roundup session with Deo, there's a lot of wise things. If you are going to be watching this playback, I advise you to listen to the panel.
If you like, don't be doing intercontinental
love.
Toby, I want to talk on what you just said just now about what the guy that killed. But this thing is common among Nigerian community. Some men, they can't do nothing by themselves. They will go and import Nigerian wives, like, a graduate that they know that can pass the exam, become a nurse. And they want these ladies to be submitting their checks to them, working while they sit there at home and claim to be they're into business, car dealership, and all those stuff. And, at the time, it's just like I see us as some form of a slavery. At the time, most of the people they bring, they are people that are very intelligent, they know that they can pass. And meanwhile, these guys are semi-illiterate guys who cannot even pass an O-level exam. And this is common among Nigerians, especially, I'm not being tribalistic, it's common with people from the southeast, south side. They used to do that a lot. You see, guys that have been in America for a long time, they go and let me go and bring a girl from my hometown. They look at the girls that, have those potential. And some of them want the lady to be, submitted. At the time, these girls will revolt. They won't. Nobody wants to be in servitude just because of you want to be submissive to your husband while you are working your ass out. You do some of people that do not see. Some of them does about 18-hour shift, 12-hour shift just to make a lot of money. And just for a man to be sitting out, to be taking the money. Some of them even use it to go and carry concubines and all those stuff. And that is, something like this. Although there are some ladies that have some ulterior motives that, when they get to America, this is their plan, a gateway out of poverty, and they are going to dump the guy. But in a lot of most of the times, I don't know why.
And that's very true. Samolu, you're absolutely correct. I couldn't agree more. That's very true. I mean, it's like sometimes trophy wives do it to billionaires. They say, okay, I'm going to give this guy 5 years of my life, and God help him if you don't have a prenup, I'm going to get half of his wealth. They will even have children, for the guy.
Yes,
but it was all along part of the plan. I'm sorry?
They don't mind having children for the guy.
Yes. Oh, they don't. They don't, because it was all hashed out. It was all part of the plan from the start. So you're not wrong when you say sometimes these women, they already had it at the back of their mind that, look, I'm going to come to America or Bodo Ibo, and I'm going to, do my thing. And then when they arrive, the family back home, they'll be like, Obiageli, remember what you left at home? Remember, you just thought that who you are. So the pressure it's already stacked up on top of this chick. Parents calling, brothers, cousins, everybody calling for money. And then she's going through a lot of changes too. She's in a new environment, the culture shock. It's just a lot of things. These guys have a certain expectation. Maybe they want the kind of man that their mother was to their father. Who was just submissive to the core, take all the bullshit, pound yam 3 times a day, all those kind of things. Not realizing that times are changing, and we're evolving as a people, as a culture, and you gotta learn, evolve with the times. Sometimes it does work. People are fortunate, but the bottom line is a lot of these guys are not ready for the change that these women are going to go through, and then they begin to have problems. And when they begin to have problems like that, you just never know how the story ends. It's so sad. I think Amaka just commented that the story actually is just one of many, and that's very true. That's just very, very true. It's just one of many, and it's so sad. Every time you hear those stories, it just keeps happening over and over and over. And again, like we've been saying, I hate to sound like a broken record. Just walk away. Just if you find yourself in the middle of these things, just walk away. It's hard. Go for therapy. Go for counseling. Do what you got to do. Walk away so you can live to see another day. I'll leave it there for now, guys.
Damn.
Before I leave, because I'm going to leave as well. What I was just reiterate what I said before is don't give money that you know that you cannot part away with, because chances are you're probably not going to get that money back. So just stop, being not generous, but just stop, playing God or playing investor in people's lives if you know that you cannot afford to lose the money. And then also, stop investing in people with the expectation that something will happen eventually, right? And that goes back to, stop giving money away with the expectation of getting it back. If you cannot afford to lose it, don't give it away. So the same thing will apply with sponsoring somebody to come and do masters. It's like, if the person decides tomorrow that I don't love you anymore, I don't want to be in a relationship with you anymore, that person has every right to leave. You can't force them to stay with you because you've invested so much money with them. So are you willing to walk away from that kind of situation? If you can, then you shouldn't be even spending that kind of money in the first place. If you just stop playing parents to grown adults. Stop playing God to grown adults, and and stop giving money away that that is your last life savings. And then for people that in these long distance relationships, especially the ones that they haven't been together in the same place for more than 2 weeks, maybe I go to Nigeria for the holidays and I see you for 2 weeks and then I go back. It's before you even decide to invest that much money to bring somebody to another country, you need to really think about what is the basis of this relationship. What is the glue that's holding this relationship together, aside the fact that there is an unwritten contract that you come over to this country? Why is it that you're picking me above every other man that you're seeing in Nigeria? What is this relationship based on? Anything else, any tangible substance outside of the promise of traveling abroad? Sometimes we're afraid to ask these questions, mostly because we're afraid to know the answers to them, because once you start peeling the layers, you probably won't like what you see eventually. So before you even start investing money, you need to really see, is this relationship based on something that's actually substantial, or is it based on just a romanticized idea of what you think the person is, or you don't even know what the person might get from you, or what you might even get for the person? Maybe you're just lonely and cold and you would like somebody to remind you of home. So it would be nice for you to get a wife from Nigeria who will make a egusi for you when you are feeling homesick. But that is not enough to sustain a relationship.
Jay, don't come for my egusi. Jay, leave my egusi alone.
But then on the other side of things, it's the woman too is this Nigeria is hot all the time. Nepal will take light for 2 weeks at a stretch. Maybe I can. Yeah, and it's this guy is my ticket out of this place. So it's is that enough to hold a relationship, right? When things become really tough and you find somebody that's more attractive, or you find somebody that has some of the other qualities that you're looking for that your partner doesn't necessarily have. So I mean, we should be asking ourselves these questions before we start parting with huge sums of money, because at the end of the day, there's really nothing you can do. You have to just count your losses and walk away.
Yeah, so see what Timothy was saying that I think our men too need to speak up. I've heard a lot lately from some Nigerian men going through difficult times. I think so. I mean, that's why the platform is here. So if you know a couple of the men Timothy, tell them to come and to subscribe to the Common Sense Sisters. Because come and watch and come and speak.
We get most of these stories from Twitter or Instagram.
I want to let me share one of my experience when I was in my early days when I started working. I had this girlfriend then. She was in uni. She was in maybe 200 level when we started dating in uni. So I think I was talking to one of my brothers then on phone, and we were together. And that one was asking me of my money because at the time when I started working, and I told my parents I want to take over the, paying school fee for my, and giving them their pocket money. Our last born and second to the last born then. So I was like, okay, I'm going to send you your money, this and that. So we're talking about money, and so my girlfriend was now asking me, oh, you the one that give them their monthly allowance for school? I said, yeah, I give them. My dad also give them too. Well, but I told Dad that I can take care of it, but he still wants to do his responsibility. So I don't know. Foolishly, I told her, I said, how much did I give? I said, I give him so amount every month, and the other, my other sibling, I give every. He said, don't you think I'm also entitled to be getting monthly allowance from me? I was shocked. I said, what did you just say? She was my girlfriend. I give her gifts, maybe, I said, what do you mean? I should be paying you.
Samolu, why are you always seeing into the future of our thumbnail topics? Why? This is a topic that we already created the thumbnail for different Saturday. Now your own wisdom you have.
You will come back and share the story again on that day.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's still related. I said, what do you mean?
Thank you so much, Jay. We see you. Thank you so much. Thank you. You can leave whenever you want, Jay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jay. Okay, sorry, Samuel, please continue, but you will share this story again when we bring that.
Okay. I said, what do you mean? Giving you monthly allowance? Mm-hmm. I said, but your parents are paying your school fees. Mm-hmm. You have senior because she was the last one. And you told me you have senior ones who are also working in bank like me. I give you. So who will be giving my brothers the extra we're giving you? I said, please don't annoy me. I was so angry with it. I said, why? I think our guys need to be very strict because I was very blunt. I'm a very blunt person. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. Mm-hmm. I give you gift at any time if I want to. If you say you need, I give. But no, I'm not going to make it a matter of compulsion. I won't be compelled to be doing it as a responsibility. Why? I am not going to be the one that will be responsible for your education. Is your parent. If we eventually the relationship it didn't end anywhere. So imagine if I have decided to take up the responsibility, pay through our uni, do all those stuff. At the end of the day, I will count my loss.
Dr. Timothy.
Hello.
Oh my God, this voice.
Common Sense Sisters. How Nadine now? Sorry, I came a bit late today again, but here we are. Mm-hmm. Right. So I've been enjoying the program. And you know what? Lately, when it comes to fighting for women, advocacy and all that, I'm big on that. But I'm also big on equality. If you're trying to preach equality now, we want things to be done right. We're trying to say, okay, women, we want equality. I think it just has to go both ways. Now, I just realized something that it seems like many men don't speak up. Because, I was speaking to one of my, my bosses. He's also Nigerian. He's one of the consultants here. And I was like, I think he saw one of my comments somewhere. And I was like, it seems like that he saw the picture that looked like me and all. I said, yeah. We do this, we do that and all that. And he was like, do you know a lot of men don't speak in this UK and a lot of men have been going through harrowing experiences? So I was like, not really, we know that, but many of these men do this, do that and all that. And when he started telling me instances, he himself, and he told me a story that really shook me. And since then, if you guys notice, I've been a bit, of course, not I've not really been loud about, supporting, but I tend to, be more critical and say, okay, what is the problem? What's the actual issue here? Don't let's be quick to just jump on that bandwagon and just say, this man did this man did that. let's all be fair to everybody. If you know you don't want to end up with someone, please don't take money from them. Someone, okay, like I also heard of this story about someone, here in the UK, you can come for masters, and somebody, you got your spouse will be your own dependent, like you come on a spousal visa. Yeah. So they both came here. Of course, the guy is the husband. He was the one that raised the money for the visa, because that was like a route for him to, for both of them to jackpot now. And we know, we might say, oh, he too should try and get, our abilities are different, Yeah, some people are smarter than others. Some are smarter, not the book way. Some are smarter in the book way. So we can't really say, oh, everybody, the guys should develop himself and get all these things sorted. We have different capabilities. So this man, just like, oh, we're a family, oh, you have more, you are brighter when it comes to the books. Okay, you seek for the masters, and she got it. And he funded it, and both of them came here. And then she started messing around with one of our classmates, and that caused issue. And then she was kind of threatening that, oh, maybe she was not interested in the marriage anymore. Do you understand? So at that point, I just felt like, if this guy were to be maybe my brother or something, it's just a sad thing. Please, women, I think we should talk to ourselves too. There's so many stories, and it's just disheartening. And that's why I put all those images there. When to hear about these things, if you know you don't love this man, why did you marry him? Why? Why? It just doesn't make sense. He raised all this money, you guys came. It doesn't make sense. Let's be factual. And I know that some ladies, just in the bid of trying to be you want to support your own and all that. Yeah, it's all bullshit. Let's be factual. I've got two boys.
Right.
Yeah, regardless of
I don't fair. That. And don't be collect. I like what you said, me personally. Don't collect money. You know why this man is giving you this money. Exactly. No, because people like to pretend as if they don't know. Innocent.
It's a lie. They do know. They know what's happening from the outset.
Why would you
don't really love this guy? Yeah.
And at the end of the day, your ulterior motive, you already know what's in your mind.
Yeah.
Like,
it reminds me of a cartoon that we watch on
YouTube. Yes,
subscribe to Splendid TV. I love Splendid TV cartoon. It's owned by Nigerians, based in Nigeria, and they do the cartoons of different life stories, and it's amazing the lessons you can learn. I think we just finished watching a series on Maria. And this thing you're saying, very true. Women, there's some women that know the intention of this man who is investing in their life. They know.
Intimate story said these are husbands.
Not exactly. And this one now, prayer now.
Yes. Let me guys give you a story. The one that I heard, and on that day, I was weak to my knees. I just kept quiet. All right. So there was this story of this Nigerian man. Yeah, he was, from an average home in Nigeria. His father was quite influential. They had all these family friends and all that. So there was this girl that they kind of knew, when you have, those family friends, you go to the same church, but you're not really close to the lady. Yeah. So when he finished med school, I think he went to Unibench also, came to England. He's, progressed in his career and all that. So when he got to marriage age now, okay, come and marry and all that. So he tried Oyinbo. He said, well, he wasn't feeling them relationship wise. He now had this girlfriend, that was in Niger. So, but the family didn't really like the family of that lady and felt like, oh, he shouldn't marry her, But he really loved that girl, right? So, but his family insisted, no. They now said, the father's friend now said, oh, this is my daughter and all that. You remember this girl now, this and that? Okay. They now kind of just met on one of those trips. And then they got connected again and they did all this stuff. He kept going back and forth, brought her to the UK. Now, they said this girl, just a few months after this girl started trouble, Emily, it was just quarrel upon quarrel. He was so distraught. There were times that he would have to stay in hospital accommodation, right? So then, in church, sometimes he would come to church, the wife wouldn't come. They'll be like, where's madam now? They were attending Nigerian church. So, well, she's fine, blah, blah, blah. She maybe she had to work. He was just giving excuses. He was paying for everything. She wouldn't work. She said she wanted to do masters. He paid for that. It was trouble. She would throw things at him. He was bad. Like they said, there was a day she sprayed pepper on him, trying to, incite him to act, but he just helped because then, here, apart from you being, you're not really white, you're just like, you're black. And also because of GMC, it's just like a licensing body that regulates doctors. They are very hard on us, especially for we that were non-British doctors. We're very, very hard. Any little thing you get struck off. So that you have to be very conversant with that, and then you don't want any trouble. So he just kept managing and all that. He started getting depressed at work. People were noticing that things were changing. This lady apparently was taking contraception behind his back, didn't want to get pregnant for him. So clearly it was like she didn't even love him. So she did the master's program. It was just almost like she just used him to come to the UK and get masters.
And this is the lady that his parents selected for him, eh?
Yes. Ooh. So now the main issue was now on one day, okay, he kind of like just moved away from the house, would just stay in hospital accommodation. So one of the days he just went home. He said, let him just go home and just see. He saw that there was no car that was parked, and his neighbor was like, what's been? Oh, I think one of the neighbors called his line before he came back. Oh, we've not seen anyone around the house. Nobody has come out of the house in the past 4 days. How these white people can be, like what's happening? And he said, all right. He didn't make it seem like he wasn't at home. There's someone in the house. So he now came the next day. When this guy came home, he came home to an empty house.
What?
Empty.
What happened?
That's bad.
She's so
that wasn't even the main problem. That was just the start. So he came home to an empty house, and because of that, he was, he quickly called one of the neighbors, just like a witness, and just say, hey, could you just come around, just go in with me, let's just see. I don't understand what's happening. I can't find my wife. My wife isn't home. There's nothing in the house. Everything. Furniture, beddings, everything clean. So where's this lady? That was now the next trouble. So he quickly called the police immediately. He rang the police. Then they started. That was where the trouble started. Investigations upon investigations. Like, where is it? Did she just disappear? They came to do forensics. Put that yellow line stuff, tape around. Like it became like a crime scene. Do you understand? So he insisted and said, well, he had been in the hospital, and then they could track it to the place of work and all that. So clearly, he wasn't home, but because he had told the neighbor, he didn't make the neighbors had thought that he was also home, so it wasn't clear. So now what they even wrote to GMC, the licensing body. So at some point he couldn't work for a few weeks. He had to stay away to do all this. It was so stressful. So they now traced this lady and through the cameras, and they saw that she flew out of the UK, flew into Nigeria, landed in Lagos. All right. And they also saw that she flew out of Lagos, but didn't land back in Heathrow, nor any of the airports in England or the UK. All right. So clearly, they saw that she left on her own without, she wasn't coerced or anything like that. It was until they got that before they allowed this man go.
Oh my God.
All right. So immediately that happened, he called his father and said, your friend's daughter. Immediately even they called home. They said, oh, they said they didn't know, they hadn't seen her in Nigeria and all that. It was after a while, so a few weeks, that her sister now, she said, well, she felt guilty and all that. Now said, oh, it looks like she has a boyfriend in America. So that meant that the next time she flew out of Nigeria, she went to New York. So they now employed a private investigator to go and it sounded like a Nollywood film. I'm telling you, serious stuff. They now sent a private investigator to try to trace her wherever she was. And then they found out that, yeah, she was with this guy. They took pictures, took videos of her, and brought it back to her parents. And everybody knew what it was. And this guy's father's friend, the friend who this guy's father actually apologized to the guy and said, "I'm sorry for almost imposing my daughter on you. It was clear that maybe she didn't even love you at all, and all that." But do you know the stress, especially with this license hanging, with that kind of case hanging over your head?
No. A woman of doom.
That's crazy, man.
Can you guys imagine that?
They know that this girl is a nuisance variable. They know.
And that kind of guy would not come out to say it out to everybody. He would only tell his friends, it could just be one-on-one discussions like this.
He didn't deserve that.
Mongo Park women.
Yes. So I think we need to also put that emphasis on human beings. It's almost, it just depends on the power play here. When they come here, we do also, it's almost like what the guys do back in Africa. So please, I think it's just based on humanity. All of us should do what is right. Please, stop scamming people. If you know you don't love this person, don't get their money. Don't do that. If you know there are problems, why don't you communicate? Sit down and talk to this person. This is what's going on. Try to do that. It's unfair.
Yeah.
I think we don't even have conscience in Nigeria again. In fact, the level of decadence today is even worse than maybe in the last 5-10 years. Now people don't even have conscience again. They don't have conscience again.
Using relationship for upgrades. That's exactly what it's like. How can you do
for this lady? I think she just got her masters. It was clear that she didn't love this guy. So why did you allow your father to talk you into that marriage? And then he just disappeared. Took everything. Apparently, you know what she did?
Yeah.
A few days before, she had arranged with some company like that. Sold everything.
Hey, something that you
did not work for. Then you think that when she goes to America, it will be good for Kama is waiting in the front now. That's the thing. Kama is waiting in front.
You can imagine
families that have irresponsible children, whether son or daughter, they know. They just look for where they see a good family. They will pin them there and say, "This person will influence my daughter or my son to be good."
But you know what really got me worried about this story? Because then the girl wasn't like she came from a poor home, but she still had that wickedness in her spirit. Like it wasn't like it wasn't like what they say that when people get money, that's when you know their real behavior and all that. But it wasn't like she was from a poor home that she was just being desperate and she would just marry anybody just to get out of Nigeria. No, that wasn't the case with her.
It's a selfish.
Yes. And then why would you sell everything in that guy's house? And then this guy said he's a doctor. His license is any little thing.
Yeah.
Maybe the other guy was the one that was telling her what to do. You see?
Sometimes some people are just wicked. They are wicked people. It doesn't have anything to do with somebody. You see, if you are somebody that in your mind, you know that you are a kind person, you have your values, that with this value system, I don't defraud people. I don't disrespect relationship. My value system involves kindness, honesty, and integrity.
My yes is my yes,
my no is my no. There's no amount of influence from the external or outside source that will make you change who you are or that value system. So when someone is even telling some people, "Oh, you can scam the person like this, scam the person like this," the person who is receiving that information,
you should
it's already has the scamming spirit in them. So be able to hold that conversation,
confirm what is already been playing.
That's what we're saying. A bad person is a bad person. That girl has always been an irresponsible person. Her parents, they know she's an irresponsible person. They just pin them on good people. And that's what happens.
I think so. Clearly.
Family, this thing is like, it's common sense that's not, that people will always say, "Oh, it's not really common like that." But we see it every day. I see some of them in Nollywood movies. But some people, yes, I really know. I know that there are also some guys that are going through a lot of mess. And of course, they don't talk because the society, the toxic masculinity thing says, "Oh, take it. Oh, a man should be able to chest it. Oh, chest it.
You will bottle.
But common sense is that I think that if we start bringing this up, shining light onto this, I think it will encourage more men to come up and talk. Do you understand? Because see, the stories algorithm.
Dr. Timothy, you see, with situations like this, like some of you that already know people, they should come and subscribe to the channel. They should come and listen. They can always come and call him
because our limits are literally what we see on Twitter and Instagram. So yes, it's like I don't really, we don't know anybody going through all this, blah, 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 blah.
Unless, of course, if they want to send email, we have our email also there, and it's going to remain anonymous. But I don't want to put myself in that because you people know us as the common sense sisters. Number one, logic is very, very important to me. I don't care the gender. I'm not always right. That's why you people ask for this debate platform, and that's why it's here. Relationship topic, if you leave myself and my sister, we will run away from it. Because I think that we say things that are very outside of the norm of the way it's expected for women to reason. We try our best to be logical. Yes. I don't care your gender. Yes. If someone is a victim, the best today the men are the victims in the story. And that's how the distinction. And then and that's why I'm very thankful for people, because like when we were able to bring this topic, we didn't expect to be that deep. Yeah. So it's like, and I think sometimes the society is not kind to men who are in pain or who are hurt. They sometimes remember some people in the society, they think, and it's regardless of whether you're Nigerian or not Nigerian, they just think that a man should just chest it. If woman don't do you strong thing, you know as women be now. No.
For talking about equality, to anybody that is doing wrong, he should receive the equal amount of punishment.
Yes.
There's nothing like because it's a man.
Did you hear the voice note on Instablog today?
That's next week's topic.
Okay, I'm not talking about it.
That's why we are bringing it next week, because next week is Valentine. We are bringing out next week to this platform where the entitlement mentality is key.
Now we are speaking.
Yes. About that one. About that one, right?
I'll come and say my story again. Don't worry. I promise.
About that one, I'll call in next. I'll try and call in next. Oh no, I think I'll be doing that.
You are sitting on also. Yes, we are not in the communication. We are not in the communication. You don't like. So if you don't call it, the only way I can excuse if there's some family, there's a work or whatever. That's the only excuse. Now any other one, if you say you went for one bed, you are cheating on the common sense.
At least send the rice our way. At least.
No, I can cook jollof rice. I don't want the one.
But it's not the same as UK jollof rice.
Yes, UK jollof rice is the best, you know.
Okay, we are
different.
With basmati. You should not be using basmati rice anymore.
No. Basmati now disrespect. I don't know, Nigerians say, I don't know why you like to bring another culture.
They will say basmatic.
No,
it's basmati.
Basmati rice.
Egosa, you are very, very late. We have one life for this one. Your assignment to go.
Egosa, let me not say what's on my chest. Felix, you are on here, sir. Don't come at me. Everyone can see with all the things that are going on with some of the good
stories that we are hearing
and some of the male victims and all these things.
I want to tell my own story.
Wait, okay, sorry. Let me see, come on, survey and get feedback. You'll be surprised. Don't they suggest the survey, please? Okay.
Yeah, I think he was talking about the survey that men should not be bringing women from Nigeria.
Survey. Say no, they bring girl come from abroad. To manage your Igbo girl, Nigerian girls no get conscious. They are we Nigerian girls.
That's your preference. I know, and another person
Felix, we're coming, okay?
I know someone.
I know
someone who,
if I don't get setting up as we speak, wants to come to London. They are missing it. Of who you
are? Send that story. That don't get.
But I want to respond to Tunde. I want to respond to him. You know, not everybody you bring from abroad that is, but I am an example of somebody that came to join my wife from Nigeria. Although I've been coming here on holiday, but not every man or every woman that they brought. In fact, most of the bad one is the one we hear on in the news. The good ones are many out there that we don't even hear about it. Because in the good news we don't sell now. Well, you'll say, yeah, that should be the normal thing. Why should that one go viral? It's the bad one that will, easily go viral. Yeah, you see a lot of people talking about it. That is it. It's not everybody, but you have to be. People should need to be do their investigation, do them before you even try to bring someone down here, or you will
I
have
agree.
established a very good relationship. You just get somebody by maybe somebody introduce you to another person. You don't even know the person that is introducing you. They want to scam you. They want to arrange and be swindling you. So it's left for you to do your own personal investigation if you want to bring somebody. If somebody you've established a relationship before you left the country, will you say you will not bring the person down? You will.
Okay, let's hear from Felix, please.
Felix, we're all ears.
So Felix, we have a story. The way you are smiling now, this story looks like it's going to
destroy. I'm very, very ashamed to tell this story, but since I've already stated it in one of my calls, I decided to be sharing it along with like this so that people can learn as well. I had a girlfriend that I've been dating before leaving the country in 2007 the first time. I just want to share it because it's very deep. And we have been together and until, man now trying to survive, make ends meet, trying to hook up, trying all you can. So to cut the story short, in 2011, I was planning to go home. No, 2012, I was planning to go home to get married. Then I was living in Senegal. So, and I called my girlfriend and said, I want to come back home. Before then, that was in November, she started misbehaving. Something started going on. So every time she used to ask me, are you married with a white woman? Are you this and that? I said, no. If I want to marry a white woman, I will not keep you. I still love you. Though when I was in Nigeria, she was a virgin. This is a very, very important, interesting part of it. She was a virgin. And because she was a virgin, and me as a playboy I still have some side chick when I was in Nigeria. So I don't want to disvirgin her because she's still a virgin, because she wants to keep that particular part. It's a very interesting story. So as time goes on now, I want to get back home.
You kept and you are, country another guest.
Yeah. That was the issue. But the hitting part is we really are in love. But the thing is that she got into this guy according to her story, and the guy disvirgin her, and the process of disvirgin her, she got pregnant. Now, in this situation, now I said to her, I want you to have that baby and give it to the man. I'm still ready to marry you.
Wow.
Now, the issue here, why I brought this story, because this is really happening. This thing I'm talking is really happening today. Now, the family now forced her to wed this guy. And then I was still struggling because things wasn't easy with me, even though I was abroad, I was really struggling. But I tried to maintain that side that I want to marry her, I still love her with all sincerity. So I want her to deliver the child and give it to the family of the guy. Now, her family persuaded her to marry the guy legally. Now, she got married with this guy, wedded everything, they are married, and they have 4 kids. Now, to cut the story short now, after the 4 kids now, the guy, she always talked to me. Now, the guy in question now have left the woman with the 4 children and traveled to Malaysia. Now, so the question now, the sometimes I still help the girl. I'm not broke, I'm not rich, but sometimes she call for help and I assist. How are we going to fix this? Is she in the right channel? Did she make right choice or wrong choice? So this is very deep because this happened to people. Why I brought this issue is that there are people that are honest in relationship. There are people that are honest that really want the relationship to work, even though it's distance, and something come between. And I want us to look into this, our cultural background, our cultural heritage have put many clauses in homes today. Reason I say that is that if in Western world having a child out of wedlock, nobody pray for it. But when it comes, don't use it as a criteria or key to engage
marry.
in full marriage.
Exactly.
Because the outcome of it may not go well. And this I'm telling you is honestly speaking truth. Even see today, this girl still go to my family house, they still help my mother, even when she's married, even when she's still married, you see that her heart is not there. But because of the sake of the child and what the family will say, so she engaged herself. Now she's going to live that all the days of her life. And I cannot tell her right now, okay, come out of your marriage or divorce your husband after 4 kids. I cannot advise that. My mom will even kill me before then.
Are you married now?
No, not yet. But the thing is,
you can still bring her to Canada.
No. That will not happen.
Tamolu marriage counselor. Don't let Jay catch you.
The thing is that a lot of things are going on in the issue of marriage and relationships, and also I put it in the cultural background, understanding our culture, where we are coming from. And I overheard somebody talking about being honest and tell people truth. Let me say this: 90% of people don't want truth. That is the problem.
But we have to say it anyways.
Yes, we have to say, but it takes courage to tell truth sometimes. Why I'm saying this is that, like, where we are coming from, Nigeria, we are deeply in corruption that even the child in the womb is corrupt. Like, the child you are still carrying is already corrupted before the. So it's very hard to tell people truth. Like, if I come to you now and tell you that I'm hungry, you think I'm joking, but I'm hungry. So that is the level of our understanding. So the person will look for a way to twist to be able to make you understand that he or she is hungry. So sometimes we balance this, but I always say, if you can always say the truth, always please say the truth. Because saying the truth also gives you peace of mind that when you go to bed, you say, I'm not owing anybody. So these are just the story I want to share with us. Just to enlighten.
So Felix.
Yes,
quick question for Felix.
Go ahead.
I have a quick question for Felix. Oh, yeah, sorry, go ahead. You.
Question, can I say something? Felix, I just want to say, on behalf of the Common Sense Sister and the squad, we thank you for your courage. God damn. For your courage to be able to consider this platform a safe space to share your story. You know, so we don't know you for 2 years now. For 2 years now. You know, not wildlife and all that stuff. And other things, even from the Yo-Yo malicious side of our food business and all those things.
Yeah.
You know, our teaching, because of Felix, our teaching was going to Montreal. For 6 months straight, Felix will be ordering for chinchin from Yo-Yo malicious. So I want to really appreciate you for the common sense, bringing the courage and to be able to share your story. You know, and the reason why you're sharing your story also to be able to help people and all that. 2 days say, then we gotta give you group hug. So we gotta give you virtual hug. And the fact that you raised a lot of good points about like our culture and just the way people shouldn't be forced into marriage just because they have a child outside wedlock. Like, it also happened to Kenyan couple who are in their 90s or close to 100 years old too. It's the same thing that happened. They didn't want them to get married. Their parents pushed them to marry other people. And after they got married to other people, they got pregnant, gave birth to 7 children, they don't want to give birth to another children.
After all said and done,
they found themselves one way or the other. It happened in Kenya. It was last week I heard the story. Yeah, the two people, they are very old. I think
they're hundreds.
They're hundreds years old. Yeah, and they still got married together, and they still have their own children together. You know, so together and all this type of thing. So I just want to appreciate you, and I know that when people come and watch the show later on, they will be able to there's a value in that whole the fact that you can really talk about your experience unapologetically as a man. I appreciate that.
Now, please never say that you're embarrassed to talk about it.
No, because that's your story. You can never be embarrassed.
No, that was old time. Those things don't disturb me anymore.
So you move past it. Oh, yeah, Toby, which question?
Over to you, night of common sense.
So our Felix.
Okay.
Felix is in Canada. If we do any at all, we just throw snow to California.
Your Majesties, please. Yeah. So Felix, first of all, thanks for sharing your story. I mean, she said it all. We appreciate that. So my question to you is that how would you characterize your relationship with that girl right now? Because you're saying that you're still close. She goes to your family. You help her financially. So how would you generally describe where you guys are at in terms of your relationship? And two, do you think it's possible that you may still love her and you might possibly end up together?
Okay, let me be honest with you, very honest. Personally, me, I'm a person giver. I'm giving not because we had relationship. I give people because I feel like I'm in a position to help and it's within my reach. And that is number one. Number two is that relationship that build to that level of family engagement is very, very real to break out. Because when the incident happened, my mom is also aware. But my mom never push it, go and marry or don't go and marry with. And my mother cannot force me not to marry somebody because the person have a child. A little bit, my mom, she's learned and she understands that people can have kids out of wedlock and that will not be a barrier. So my mother never put that. So my mother still see her as a daughter. So in that place, and this half family union, so I will not tell you I'm going to marry her. Reason I will not marry her, that anything I'm doing it out of because I can. I cannot marry her. One, the God said, don't put hand asunder. That marriage.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? You lost me for a second.
Why I can't marry her? One, marriage, God, marriage is an institution of himself. And when people are married, they have their own cross. That is why even when you don't want a woman, give her divorce paper. And she's still in her marriage.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said the marriage ended. Like
no. The guy left.
She's still married.
She's still in the marriage. The guy left the country because why I brought it, the reason why the guy took advantage because I was out of the country. Now the guy after having children with her left the country. So these are two different things.
So legally they are still married, but even though
legally they are still married.
I see your point. Okay.
They are still married, so there's nothing that will move me to her to go and get married. Please, there are thousands of women outside that are single.
No, of course, but I'm just my take is that you care about this woman, and the final question: in the event that they finalize a divorce or they end up divorced, do you think that you might still end up with her despite that she has 4 kids?
That don't exist again. That don't exist again. See, let me tell you that this is what they say, that love in the first sight. You build love. You don't wake up and see love. Love is built. As the people say, I saw you and I fell in love with you. We used to say that when we were in secondary school. It doesn't exist. You build love, you build trust, you build relationship, you build friendship. All come together to develop that word called love. It's not like I just wake up, I see you. So that bridge, when that trust was breached, so it takes time to recover from it. Now putting myself back is going to be very, very dangerous. Nobody will try to put him.
And remember, she's not coming alone. She has 4 kids, so you are going
to four captains, and
that's why I asked the question, because people have done it, but I just wanted to get his take on if he loves her generally to the point that because where he's still willing to take her with the 4 kids and just build a life with her going to the future. But
I also want to add this to people that are listening. Most time people do things out of sympathy. And please, also people should not put sympathy with love. It doesn't work. And marriage doesn't work. So these things people need to understand it. Am I really involved in this? Maybe someday I will throw a topic for the common sense sisters to discuss of these things called marriage, because marriage is beyond just what we are discussing. Marriage is very
so Felix,
we are babies in relationship topic.
I have no knowledge.
Don't marry.
I know that me is issue. We are issue specific. You people will not come and put the body. There are other social issues that we have to talk about. Marriage is not. Please.
Come on, sister. You cannot run from your calling.
You
cannot run from your calling.
Issues. So if you are having problem in your marriage, that is between you, your spouse, and whoever you are committed to as your source. As you see me, so I don't want to release stress.
Becoming down. Why I said it. Listen to hear why I said it. I have heard people that say, because I've been married for 36 years, I've been married for 50 years, I have to teach you because I've had experience. It is not true. So it's not how long. That is what I want us to share. It's not how long. I wrote an episode of topic regarding this effect. Somebody say I've been in marriage for 36 years. Let me share. I really want to talk something. I have a friend, like he's been in marriage for 15 years. Now, he used to go out and cheat the wife and return back home and give the wife 1 million. Okay, fine. It's working for you. Now, when you go to lecture room where you want to train people, you tell them you have been married for 15 years and your wife is there. Reason why? Because when you do cheating, you give her 1 million and she shut her mouth. So when you give your wife 1 million, I may not be able to afford the 1 million to give mine when I cheat. What happens then? So these are the kind of things that it irritates when you come to tell me because you have had experience. What experience are you talking? So I always talk.
Felix, sorry, right. real quick. What I took from what you were saying is that even if this lady becomes single again, because someone says sister, wait now, because for the benefit of those that are watching, some people might be watching.
He said no. I say you don't want her.
No. So you can help her as a friend, but not get married to her, is what I'm hearing you say.
I'm still helping now. I'm even helping.
That's what he's doing. That's what he's saying, that he helps her once in a while. If he can, and sometimes
Felix, people are saying that. That's why people are saying that Chineke, they are still married.
They're shocked that you're still helping out.
Yeah, I am too. I am in that camp, and I'm very shocked. I'll leave it there.
I have paid money for shops for her. I've sent money for free, and I can tell you, I've seen her one-on-one, and I've never touched her or kissed her or proposed love with all honesty. It doesn't mean that you must get the person.
Yeah,
it's past tense.
It's kind of similar to the cartoon that we're watching.
You know, it's not how person go marry person we don't get 4 kids.
Yeah, and remember, I think somebody just said that you are helping a married woman. You're helping somebody who is married.
Yes. So he said that the woman sometimes supposed to see his own family too. It's like what the family is.
Let me also direct mentality and let us understand. I am helping that woman because of the 4 children. Because it's not because of the woman now, it's because of the children involved. I just want to address it because some people say you're helping a married woman because
I think Amaka typed that comment.
Because she don't have the finance sometimes to do all things. So when she seeks help,
I think Felix, what people cannot understand is the fact that the husband should be the one responsible and you shouldn't be the one doing that. But at the same time, people have to understand that you can't teach someone how they want to help. You see your help, it wants to help. Sometimes some people when they do good, sometimes some people when they want to do their goodness, they have why they do that, why they exhibit their kindness.
Felix's goodness does not have ulterior motive.
He doesn't have. He's not having expectations.
And that is what good is. Good is when you do good for without it.
You know. So, and the thing is that other people cannot understand, and it's not for really other people to really understand because you know why.
The money they come from your pocket.
It's his own way of doing what he needs to. to do. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't.
Egosa say true love never dies.
Okay. Which one is true love and which one is bad love?
There's difference between true love and being in love with somebody. They are two different things. You can truly love somebody and not be in love with the person. That's another thing.
There's also agape and erotic.
Yes.
Hey, Greek.
Which level is that one? Which level? Agape erotic.
Agape love now, you know, like friendship love.
See, you're quiet. You're finishing up.
Greek, you don't enter. Ella don't bring Greek now. Make her run.
I took some courses, so that's how I knew all those things.
Hey,
Continuity.
guys, I didn't want to say anything when Felix was saying all that. Yeah, so I think I'll be biased if I say anything, so I'd rather keep mum.
No, I want you to say something. No, not keep quiet. Say something. No. Say something. We are sharing ideas. Say something.
No, Felix, I think it's a laudable thing that you're doing, you know, if that's really just what you're doing for her. That's Christ-like, you know. But from my own kind of background and the kind of things I've seen, you know, that's why I'm saying that I am a bit biased, because, you know, my head can't process it. So forgive me, you know, but I wouldn't say more than that. But my head can't process it, you know. Okay. So yes.
Adewale. Professor Adewale.
Listen, Adewale, they talk there.
Adewale is writing. Adewale is writing. Adewale, if you see something, say something.
Now, let me. Sorry, I want to. Do we still have time? I'm going to tell you what happened last week to my very close friend.
Please, we are all ears. After we're just coming out of lockdown. Please carry on.
Yes. Now, let me share this because I wrote it as one of my story movies that's very important to act. This girl, she's my friend. They are three. They are Muslims. The mother, she's the first wife. The father, I'm just cutting it short. The father went to Europe and got another wife. According to the law of Muslims, the man can have 4 wives, right? Now the man returned back to Africa, and in the process of dinner party, they don't know that the best friend to the daughter, which the man knows, the best friend to the daughter, the man started dating the girl. Now, what happened? Why the thing escalated? Just be calm down and hear the full story. When the man returned back to,
people should be calming down. Let Felix finish.
When the man returned back to Europe, after 1 year, the man came back last year. So when the man came back, the daughter was waiting to see the dad 1 week. They don't see the dad. It happens that the daughter's girlfriend went and picked the man from the airport, and they all slept together, and the man went back. Now, how this thing broke out last 2 weeks, the daughter's girlfriend got married and posted the picture of her wedding on social media. The father of the friend saw the picture and now called the daughter. I have not finished. Be coming down and hear the main gist. It happens that the girl. It happens that the girl.
Take your time.
It happens that the girl, when the man came back, went and arranged fake marriage with the man. So they officially married. Now, not only that, the man bought property in the name of the girl. So when the man saw the picture that the girl got married, the man now opened up to the daughter. So now the man now is asking back the property he bought on the girl's name. Now the girl is begging the daughter not to escalate the thing because she loved the new husband. Now this is a very big problem now.
Okay, so daddy is dating his daughter's friend.
And bought a house
in the daughter's friend's name. His daughter's friend went to marry another man, and now daddy wants his property back.
Daddy, you are.
Where you go, daddy? If you want to be a sugar daddy, please do it with your chest.
Yes.
Ask for
sugar daddy don't expect this back.
Which kind of sugar daddy be that?
No, it's not sugar daddy. He's marrying according to the law of Muslim. He is entitled to 4 wives. So he want to make it as a secret. Nobody knows that he has already married third wife. Who happens
Can
to
you
be
hear me?
his
Can you hear me?
daughter's sister.
I don't know why it turned off.
Amaka, we are hearing you. Amaka.
Oh, sorry. I'll be right back, girl, ladies. Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties.
We'll mute you. Mute Amaka. Amaka, when you're ready, just type ready and we'll unmute you. This is a very, very
Toby, Toby, what do you have to
Yes,
say on
ma'am.
this? You and Samolu are unroyally quiet.
Now what for relationship matter?
Me at the learn. No, see, you want try many notes where I don't write. So I'm waiting for the talk. Me I don't. I dey take no. I don't know anything about marriage or anything like that. Me I dey learn. So I beg Felix, nothing to do. Carry go, my brother.
Felix, you are making our audience speechless.
I didn't listen to that part.
It's a tough one, man. It's just I like the fact that we're talking about these things, in all of its ramifications. But yeah, it's live and these things happen all the time. But love is complicated. Relationships are hard, and you just never know. Let me speak to real quick. I think somebody was saying that don't marry from Nigeria or don't import wives. Yeah, but it was just funny. It was just something I read. I later went back to the comment and I started. I think we shouldn't. So even all the stories we are narrating, right? Different strokes for different folks, right? Like they say, you never because something that doesn't work for somebody doesn't mean it's not gonna work for somebody else. So you just try and just cross your fingers and hope that you experience the best. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, hey, our UK people is past.
Yeah, we gotta be rounding up. Amaka, what do you have to say?
I don't know. Amaka, are you ready?
Amaka, are you ready?
Sorry.
The kids.
Omo, now wow. You people are taking us into another realm. Please.
Next week topic.
Next week topic is going to be very heavy.
Same time.
Because Valentine is on Monday. I don't know whether some people will miss work on Monday, but we have to give them something on Saturday when they are celebrating.
I will be thinking about this very story. But
man, you have to start saying what you want for Valentine. Otherwise, now boxers and shirt too. I saw on Instagram that a man posted 4 tires and he had like a ribbon on it. It would be nice for Valentine's gifts or something.
Tire for his car?
For gifts for Valentine. Sometimes you make.
Next week, Valentine.
You say what?
Next week.
Monday now.
Monday.
Next
Okay.
week. Yeah, next week Monday is Valentine.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Now you know.
You people are not checking your calendar.
We will remind you again on Saturday.
Wow. I need to go and break up with some people real quick.
The thing is that let's talk about
sorry. Your partner. I don't know.
Sorry,
why
I want
people say what they want.
I want to say something also. Let's talk about this Valentine issue quickly. I know that maybe you have the topic next Saturday, but when we talk about Valentine, who is the person to show love? Is it only your relationship? Next week. All right.
Next week.
2 p.m.
next week. Amaka, what's going on now? We can hear you.
Man, I'm so sorry. It was just too much technical difficulties. I'm trying to connect my headphone. I just got home and the boys are like all in my ears. So
we are hearing you.
Yeah, so that's what I was like. I kept turning it on, turning it up, and just kind of connected. But I guess the whole thing just took that whole zeal. I rushed in because of Felix's story, and because the thing just with me, man. I just tired. I was just like, I just kept typing, like seriously, like So, but I always. Between trying to rush in and having these technical difficulties, I think I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to let go.
So, what is Amaka saying for real? Amaka, what are you in support, or are you?
No. I'm not in support. I feel like there's a difference between helping us and a difference between like, okay, it's time to like, I say, give us. I have this quote that I always send to like my good friends, say givers should learn their limits because takers don't have any. It's what I'm saying. You
Ah,
know, so you should have your. I mean, it's always good to be good. It's always good to be kind-hearted. You know, and so coming from like someone that can literally cut off my neck for people that I care about. You know, I'll literally say, okay, just run. I'll take a bullet for you if I can. If I care about you, but it's just like people take that for stupidity, you know. So for me, it's like number one, it's like if we had an agreement that we're gonna be in this together. I'm traveling out to go hustle, and then I'll be back for you. And then somehow you got pregnant. For me, that's like okay, all right, deuces, you know, have a good
yeah,
life, bye.
yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah,
It's true.
and then
yeah.
on top of that, though, you know, talking about some, okay, you finally decide to go, now you're okay, you even have a leeway where someone's saying, okay, just give the baby out, blah, 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 blah,
I
and
know,
I'll still be
right?
there.
I know.
That one did not happen, you know? And
Yeah.
now, that's number two strike. Now, I just got open legs.
Wow.
You know, open legs for 1, 2, not just 1 or 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-uh. Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you, Amaka, completely. Two things I would say real quick, Felix. I mean, obviously you're a gentleman and you're a great guy. I salute you for what you're doing. There is something called compassion fatigue, and I hope that you don't experience that. You know, so then because you help somebody to the extent that you're like, I mean, maybe there's a messianic mind perspective there, you know, oh, this person I need to help them, I need to save them. I'm not saying that's what you're facing, but it's possible. Secondly, I think you still love her. I won't be surprised if you end up with her. That's what I gotta say.
Okay.
Okay, no problem. I think what's the name of the lady I just
Amaka.
right? Amaka. Okay.
Amaka was speaking.
Amaka made a very big vital point. You know, the thing is, sometime in life, I understand sometimes you don't need to help people, but they say even dog eat the one that comes from the ground. I don't know how they say it. I don't want to go to scripture. The thing is, what Amaka said is very pure. To be frankly, we both of us have this understanding. In fact, she was the only person that saw me from my father's house when I was leaving my home to travel abroad the first time. She was there. She accompanied me. I refused to go. I was waiting for her to come before I would go with my mom to Lagos. And my mom said, your car will go. I said, no, I have to wait for her to come. And when she came, I took her to our living room. I really do. Honestly, it's true, I'm saying. And she knows that I'm going for greener pasture. And it's not like we are old people. We are young, very young. Very young when I left the country. Yeah, I was very young, very small in age. So she would have waited. And when she got pregnant, heaven knows I lift my hands. I was sick. I begged her, God knows me. I begged to give the baby and she refused. But when I look back on all those things, I believe that you don't pay evil with evil, especially when you are in a position you can assist. I will agree at a point that if I'm not in the position, or maybe if I'm struggling to survive and I'm trying to engage, that would be a problem. But when I believe that what I'm giving out is something I can forget and something I can give to anybody at all, I believe that doing it is not a sin, but doing it is also pleasing the mind of God to do right things. You know,
I think it's the boundaries that people are talking about, because to be honest, if you get into a committed relationship, any woman that loves you, that let's say for example you get into a committed relationship, you're dating someone that really loves you, the woman will have a problem with this because they would think that you have also, they would think that you still have that connection, or you think that okay, it's like a pity something. But at the same time, I also understand that it is your choice and it is your decision, right?
If you get into a committed relationship,
if you decide how you want to assist people, and that's between yourself, your money, and whoever it is that you are accountable to. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm of the opinion that some people will not really understand why after all these things, you are still there. Another way to look at it is that the man in Malaysia might also might become aware and may have problem, but you may not know.
No, the man in Malaysia even knows before they got married. The man in Malaysia knows about me. The man in Malaysia knows even when I came to the country.
Only taking care of, like, once in a while, sending something home to assist.
Yeah. Can I ask Felix a question?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Felix, yeah?
Yes.
Real talk now, yeah?
Yes, go ahead.
Adult talk, yeah.
Adultly.
Let's just imagine if you and this lady were in a room, locked up in a room,
yes,
and she was on to you. Are you telling us that you're not going to fall for it?
Honestly.
I've stayed with her in a room and we talk like a friend. My body never moved, neither kiss or touch. And I must be very 100% to say it boldly. It's not because we're on social media or something. I'm just being honest to you. I can sleep on the same bed and wake up with the same woman and my body don't move, even touch it. I don't see her. I don't really see her to that place. There's a problem. I've grown in knowledge to the level that it's not everything that works. It's not everything. In relationship, a lot of things are involved. So discipline is number one. And when you can have that word discipline, you can move forward. And I see this particular person as just a family friend that has been there and still there. Not anything attached to it. Again, nothing, not emotional, no love issue. If she call me, I pick her. Hey, what's up? How are you doing? Oh, this, and now we talk natural thing. Are you okay? Fine. We don't discuss. She even prayed for me to get married. And why I brought this issue just to enlighten people out there, not because of relationship.
I don't know. The truth. Well, say this thing. Me, I understand where Felix is coming from.
Me too.
I absolutely understand it. But I know it's for me, it is agape. And there's already like the whole, and it's choice. It's agape.
And it looks like from what I'm hearing, it looks like you have already created her boundaries with her. Yeah. So she already, like you said, if she's praying for you to get married, she already kind of knows.
Ella, so you believe that's the reason.
What are you talking? I don't believe this thing exists. No, wait. Amaka, wait.
That's Dr. Timothy. The thing is, Dr. Timothy, the thing is, it's a choice thing. Some things don't make sense to people. And sometimes that's how I don't know, people misunderstand the word love, but that's how some kind of love exists. Sometimes people don't just understand why is it that this person that hurt he has healed, he has moved on. Because
and he's saying that he's not giving the woman anything out of his own detriment. So it's like, I have this money to give somebody. I know somebody that needs it. I will give it to this person.
Let me answer the question that Temiti asked him the other time. I want to believe that before he left the country, he mentioned that the girl was a virgin and they never had anything together. And that is why now, even if they're locked up, he won't even have any feelings towards the lady, because
you make a very big point.
I don't know about when I was single, I'm dating. I don't even date virgins. I don't even have time for all this. You can't be telling me a virgin. I'm not interested.
Where did you go? Come back.
I'm not going to buy this story that you're a virgin. We can't, and the relationship will not even last long. I can't even wait. I'm sorry. That was me when I was single.
So you were in the world.
Yes.
Professor.
The reason why is the reason why he's saying that he won't even have it, because they never had anything before in the past when they were dating. It was like
Felix, come back.
Now, Samolu has unraveled the mystery.
So they never had anything. So there was nothing really connecting there. It's just that, okay, we are dating, we will marry because you're a virgin, I will leave you till you are. So I think that is what I'm seeing there. If they had something in the past before and he's still having this kind of feelings, I think if they lock up in the room, something can spark up and something can happen.
True that. I agree.
Now,
Professor,
I don't believe in agape love like this.
Professor,
Felix, Felix.
Hello. Hello.
We're gossiping about
I'm here.
Before you say anything, please. Professor Adewale, you can hear you.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Happy Saturday.
Yeah, I'm here.
We missed you the first live show. This is the second live show of today.
We really miss
Okay.
you. Let me
I
just
was
tell you
working. I was working.
Oh, the prof.
Yeah.
I hope you're having a
Yeah. I just want to say something about Felix's situation because I believe it's a
It's next to you.
situationship.
It's beside you.
We're changing the name of this
Yeah,
video.
yeah. So I'm not going to speculate as to why you're helping her, but I'm just going to say what you're currently doing. What you're doing right now is the job of a husband. That's what you're doing. I'm just going to be honest with you. I know
Exactly.
I wouldn't say like I wouldn't like, doubt the goodness of your heart or anything. But what you're doing right now is the job of a husband, and that's actually how your friend sees it. So she's saying that she prays you get married. She's kind of like teasing you. You know when Nigerian like girls when they're trying to flirt with guys, like they won't tell the guy, aren't you feeling me? What they would say something opposite. They would say, I don't want your girlfriend to come and beat me. Oh. You understand? That's exactly what that thing she said means. She doesn't want you to get married. She actually meant the opposite of that. Because you're already doing what like a husband abroad does by helping her once in a while. That's what it is. That's just the fact. That's what it is.
Felix, I'm on your side. I believe it is agape love.
I disagree. I disagree with all sincerity and truthfulness. I totally 100% disagree. I just want us to understand that. Sorry, I don't cut you. I just want us to understand this fact that people pass through you to feed. Just understand that fact. I know that you people talking about honesty. It's not this thing is beyond marriage and relationship and love. It's beyond that. I don't see those facts anymore. It doesn't exist anymore. In fact, she don't stop. I wish you people can know this person talking. Those things don't have any light anymore. What I offer is sincere thing that comes from my heart to help. Whether it is because you have I help other people. What happened to other women that have children that need money for school fees that I give money for them for their children's school fees? Are they my girlfriend?
Okay, I think I know what's going on. Okay, Felix, I beg, drop your number, okay? Oh, I have other women that are married. That literally need help, okay? That me as a woman, I don't
like your mind.
I think
no.
I'm going to tell you like the difference between the other women you're helping and her is she's close to your family. She goes to your parents' house, like it's like you guys are still close, kind of thing.
Yeah, God has come to destroy the married outside their husband.
I'm not saying they don't. I'm not saying they don't. What I'm saying is like the boundary between you, her, and your family is blurry.
Married women that deserve help, it's from their family, not from a man that is not related to them.
Exactly.
If I am helping my sister now,
I'm saying even if I told you like if I told you want to help her, it should be coming from your family, not directly from you. I don't know. That's how I feel. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Then with the roundup, we all agree to disagree.
Yeah.
See, that when somebody is married, we have to respect it. During the lockdown, there is a lady, it's a friend's wife, and she chatted me on Facebook and was asking for financial assistance. The first thing I asked her, have you told your husband before her coming to me? You know, no, I couldn't tell your husband. I said, why will you do that? Why will you come and ask? He said, because I wanted to give her if he has told your husband. I said, have you told your husband? Because I'm not going to give you anything if your husband is not aware. He said, no, please, and I don't want you to tell me. I said, why? I want to know the why you do. He said, I just don't want to. I know that what the lies he conquer he does is not. So I said, if you tell, although I've not spoken to the husband in a long time because he's an old friend, but I was worried. This person we never talk for a long time. He just come into my inbox asking for money. And I know he's married to somebody that I know. I said, no, you don't do that. You're married. Why will you come? Because I even know you through your husband. Why will I be giving you money and your husband is not aware? So,
Yeah.
so a lot of times, you know, if you even want to help a married woman, you have to be very sensitive to it. If it is my cousin now that comes to me, I have cousins that are married that ask me for money. My family, or somebody, a childhood, maybe a neighborhood, like a younger sister, you know, you ask me for money, even though I know they are married, I give them, because these are people there is nothing you can lead to us and say, "Oh, we are in a sexual relationship" or something like that. I do. But this is not somebody that has to, you know, like that, is married and all those stuff. I don't believe that you should continue to help her, and while the husband is there, that one is the responsibility of the husband. All the one you've done for her, that's okay. Let her know. But if you still want her, I don't know. It's your choice. Tell her to.
Say no.
Please, I want to redirect something. Just, we are all learning here, please. You see, there's a difference from your friend that you have made long time and you are not with the person, and a family circle thing.
Yeah, that's what
it's two different things. And also the woman asking you, nobody should, no, please retrieve back that you can't help a married woman. You can help a married woman. There are some men also that live in pride. When you see that's what earlier I say about our culture. Our culture made us to.
I think it's per case.
Because your own case is totally different from.
Yes, it's different. It's 100 different.
Yeah, but they're also trying to highlight the fact that this woman is married, which is true. It's true.
Yes.
Sometimes the husband is in Malaysia. Obviously, he's sending to his wife. She's not going to let you know. There are so many people in Nigeria that they can fend for themselves. They will not let you know. You in the abroad, you'll be thinking the desire mentality.
It is true.
But at the same time, I understand that you are making your choices. These people here on this platform, they are concerned for the fact of these choices that you are making, and they're coming from that, angle. But you're also maintaining the fact that there's nothing, like going on.
No.
Let me put this question to you, this hard question to you, Felix. If the husband of this woman calls you and says, "Guy, stop sending money to my wife," are you going to stop?
Straight, I will not send dime again.
Okay, I think we have the
answer. This is very clear. And okay, when the woman also called me, I would say, "Please don't call me. Your husband have given me an instruction not to assist."
I want to ask Felix, is the husband aware that you are giving out money?
How is it supposed to?
The husband is aware.
Is aware?
Yeah, the husband has been aware. Even when I came back to the country, the husband knew I was in the country. When she came to see me in my father's house, the husband knew she was coming there. I drove them. They are not poor then. The guy owns the car. It's not like the guy was poor. I drove my car to their house, and I dropped her in front of the house. I said, "Call your husband." The man was sleeping. You would have seen him. I don't have anything like I would have seen him. I don't have anything to run away from it. I know the man in question. The man in question knows me.
What if the man is pushing his responsibility to maybe the wife asked, I say, "Go and meet your other Felix."
They can be conniving.
No problem by conniving. If the show look to be conniving affair, they are foolish. Because I'm not foolish for my side, because I'm giving you out of yes. I said I don't borrow you. If you ask me for 10 naira and I have 1 naira, I give you. It's a gift. It's not borrowing. So if you think you connived him to do that, it's a gift. It's nothing. It's nothing for me to be bothered for. I'm not giving you.
I want to respond to Ego's comment. He said, "What of married men? If a married man is, you get help from your former ex-girlfriend or something, I think you should let your wife know that, this is where the money is coming from." Yes. You have to let your wife. Why will you be getting, help from your ex and your wife or your partner is not aware? That's not. I don't support that kind of.
Okay, we are rounding up. Thank you for everyone.
Please, thank you.
Please, each and every one of you, your final words for today.
I think, Felix, you're going to understand where we're coming from when you get into a serious relationship, because your partner would not even want you to send 1 dime. I'm just
if your partner even says don't stop sending. For example, now you're not comfortable with this. The way you respected that woman, the way you potentially respect that woman's husband, if he says to stop, will you also stop for the sake of your partner?
Can I answer this straight? Let me also be clear to us that in a relationship, one need to understand one to make it work. When you understand the woman you are with and understand the man you are with, it helps the relationship. Because because that is the key. Because I can stop it when she asks me.
Okay, that's
when she asks me. But I also want us to know that person that is, you need to tell her, oh, this person need. But if she says stop it, it gives me sleepless nights. I think I have to respect that side of this.
Okay,
I have to respect mine.
Okay.
I think what she's gonna do, your partner, she's going to tell you to stop doing that. She's going to be in charge of it. She's going to create that clear boundary because it's not there.
No, it's true.
That's where I'm coming from.
It's true.
That boundary is not there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you shouldn't send money to her. I'm saying the boundary between you, her, and your family is blurry. Anyone coming from outside, that's what I'm saying. Anyone coming from outside seeing it would think you're the husband because you're basically doing husband duties. That's what you're doing. Let's be honest here. That's exactly what you're doing.
He says sending what
he's not every day.
Anytime you can send.
I'm just saying what you saying, that's what you can is subjective. It's subjective.
Tell it you're the right track. I don't understand
Many
people have killed me.
They care about you, and I think that's why they are.
And also because of stories that we've heard,
because of how people have taken advantage of so many people and all that. So I think that's why they're saying all this.
No problem. I'm really enjoying this, and I really enjoyed it. A lot of people have also learned from it anyway. So the most important thing is that we are sharing idea for people to learn from it. So it's very wonderful things, and people also to correct themselves early. For people that are traveling abroad, leaving a girlfriend behind, it's better you pregnant the woman before traveling abroad so that you have something to hold her.
This one will be another story. Everybody please find out.
Pregnancy does not stop anything.
Pregnancy or no pregnancy, what will be will be.
That is something because we complain. It's like fuel subsidy. So Felix is like the government doing, subsidizing, just like.
I know. I think Felix's story just blew everybody away. We even forgot the topic. I enter Felix matter. I know. We just subject this segment to Felix. Seriously, but I think my own final words is I feel like I understand. I believe Felix when he says he doesn't have any feelings for the girl. I believe him wholeheartedly. And then coming from someone that also likes to kind of always be kind of a helpful hand, I can see where he's coming from. But Felix, the only reason why everybody's screaming here and listen like they're telling the story, you should know that it kind of triggers some kind of a little bit, something's a little off right here. I feel like the girl is taking advantage of your soft spots for her, or I know that kind of childhood, and I actually had that almost similar experience where childhood, or you care for somebody and the person doesn't want to use that and take that ride until that wheel falls. Even if the wheel falls, they're trying to put it together, just kind of be riding you on that part. Because number one is I have a friend here that have been dating this guy since they were in high school. Left. Actually, yo, you've met the girl,
Yeah, I know
You left Nigeria, came here as a high schooler, everything, for almost 12, 15 years, they did not see each other. It's the phone. But this girl still maintained, though, went back and got her husband, and now they live together. And I'm not kidding you. Even me, I'm like, I was one of the friends that girl, you need to move on, or blah, 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 blah. Everyone was trying to play hookup game. The girl gave me serious warning. You know, if you want this relationship, you better just respect my boundaries. I've already told you I'm not interested in dating and dating around here. Just leave me alone. And that was the last time I ever tried to try to hook her up with anybody. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't. It's not. I mean, anybody. For me, I know for sure. Like if you're determined, especially for us women, if you're determined to make something work and the guy is willing to, there's no way, there's no excuse in hell that will make you even just waver on that. But that one is a bygone story. That's what number one. What I'm feeling like, knowing our people and knowing how they would like to use people. You see what I'm saying? Just from the numerous experience, like I can even start on overcounting. People always trying to use and lie. I feel like if you have this woman always keep talking at you for this, for that, help me open up shop, help me do this one, help me do that one. At some point, I feel like you have to take a step back and look at this from a plain view, because I think all of us are kind of almost seeing almost the same thing about why are you this? Why are you the one taking responsibility for another man's responsibility? Talking about she has children. Okay, it's a choice to have children. Some of us have one, some of us have two because we know okay, this is the maximum we can take care of. But you go the way about having 4 kids for a man, and want somebody else to bear that responsibility. I don't understand that. So I'm saying, now this kind of why they say shine your eyes. I'm not saying don't be good. Trust me, not be good. To be good is great. If you can do it, that's fine. I don't something like that. But I say shine your eyes just to make sure that you're not being used, that your kindness is not being taken for granted, And for a married woman, for me, so have some class, have some self-respect. If no open shop for you, don't give you this one, give you that one. At some point, now you have to start carrying yourself better, Do something better. Not about give me. I'm praying. Trust me, there's no girl in this world that will hear this story and it's like a friend and that a family friend and that I almost married that will take this nonsense. I'm not telling you right now, no. If talking about they should know your personality. If you want to give money, please open charity. I mean, don't put your money over there because I don't think any girl, that will just take that as well. Oh, this is my charity donations here and there. I'm just telling you. I don't know who's going to take that. So, but overall, and back to the topic how we started, how this whole thing. If this one is relationship, Jerry, stuff happens. People cheat on each other. I mean, from the dawn of this earth, man and woman go to bash. If the man cheats on you, I beg. If the woman cheats on you, I beg, just move on. Dust yourself up, and there's gonna be another girl over there ready to give it up too. So I'm saying, I don't think that should be a problem. It's time to do all those tug of war, especially for a relationship. I don't even get it. Wish the person good luck and good life, and just move on with your life. Or going back to go attack the person, AFCCDs, calling police. I feel like it prolongs the healing. It prolongs the healing process. Me personally, if I was the guy's sister, I'd be like, I beg, make me leave this up. They begin to move on. And that's my spiel for the day.
Thank you, President. Have a wonderful Saturday. Thank you. All right, bye.
Bye. Okay, anybody can go next. We have our UK people.
Dr. Timothy.
Dr. Timothy.
All right. Yeah, I'm back. Very groggy eyed, but yeah, I'm back. All right. So thank you for the program for tonight. It was really enlightening. And, it's always good to see things from the other side because there's always paradigm shift from time to time, Change is the only constant thing. Yeah, so I think we should entertain more of these topics and we'll talk about them. We'll learn from one another, share opposing opinions, and just pick a few things here and there. And also for Felix, really, like what you said, rightfully so. Some other people, I have picked a few things from what you said and what you're doing. So yeah, I think there's still that chance that's agape love, and I also want to love someone else, my fellow human beings, sisters, friends, and all that like that. So that's a good thing. All right, so keep it up, but just be careful, okay? Thank you so much. Thanks, commonsensesisters. All right, I'm gonna hit my bed right now.
Yeah, thank you so much. Have a great night. Okay?
Thanks. Cheers.
Right, bye. Samolu.
Okay, my final one. Yeah, I'll start from the main topic that way before we I will still come to Felix. So my own final word is that for men out there, if you want to go into a relationship, don't take the responsibility of a father. You are just a boyfriend or whatever, or fiance, or you're a partner until you are married. Don't take the responsibility of a father and start, like paying school fees, doing all those stuff when you are not married. If you are married, you can commit as much resources as you want into the relationship. But when you know that you are in a relationship and maybe you are planning marriage, make sure that you commit what you are ready to lose. Even if the relationship doesn't work out, then you won't be so bitter after waste of time and waste of resources. Like the guy, the true story that you used to open the platform, the show.
Yeah.
Those people count their losses. There's nothing they could do. They can't retrieve back their money. Even if they take to police, there's nothing police will do, EFCC, whatever you want to involve. It's just about relationship falling apart. It happens every day. So that is it is. So guys, wise up, be very vigilant, try and be smart about it. And on final note for Felix, I really comment his openness. I can see that he's a very good man. He has a very good heart. But one thing with Felix is that when Felix gets into a serious relationship, I think he's going to stop all this because there is no woman that will tolerate all this kind of being a nice guy, being an assistant husband. No woman will tolerate. So as much as you want to help, maybe you can do a one-off support and cut off the relationship and move on. So I think that's the best for you as far as I'm concerned. So I really appreciate this topic. You people have been very engaging. You have even made my evening. It's almost 11 o'clock here in UK.
Yeah.
So I've really spent a lot. In fact, I've been receiving a lot of 2 calls that I received while I was on your that I had to call a friend. I just want to gist, and I'm going to miss out of the gist. So I just got it. I just got their cut off. I don't want to pick it. I'm going to call them back after I leave the show.
Thank you so much.
We catch up next week
Yes.
on topics.
Yes.
Really, it's been an amazing night.
Thank you so much, Samuel.
Thank you.
And
Greetings to our team and everybody and the kids. Okay. Good night.
Okay. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Felix. Now, what do you have to say?
So all these allegations, I don't know if Adewale will have something to say to Felix. If Felix will now respond last to everybody.
Okay, let me just say my final words.
Adewale, you don't say the first words in the first story.
Okay, Adewale, this is how we do it. You will tell Felix what you have to say to Felix.
Okay.
Then you will now wait. Felix will now give his final words, respond to you. Then we'll end the show with you because we've not picked your brain on the main story. So tell Felix what you want to tell Felix now.
Mr. Felix, I might have sounded judgmental at the beginning, but please just take it as as me being passionate about your story. What I'm actually trying to say in essence is that I don't see a healthy boundary between you and her or her and your family. I'm not saying you shouldn't help her. I mean, helping her is really, really good, but I mean, like the way I see it, you're already doing more than helping. You're already close to the husband-wife kind of helping. That's where you are. And I think because of the memories you shared with her and the love you had with her, you're not seeing it that way. But I am seeing it that way, and whoever is going to be in a relationship with you is going to see it that way. So I'm not saying you shouldn't help her, but there should be a healthy boundary. Maybe next time when you want to help her, you should do it through your mother, for example, or your family members. You should not be like like directly in contact with her, because that would help you and would also help her, because I'm kind of sure that in her mind she already sees you as assistant husband, like the way Samuelu said it. She can't even help it because she has 4 kids, and in Nigeria raising 4 kids is not easy. So she would always need help, and you're always going, like, you're always there. So she can't help it. She's gonna start seeing it that way. So just create the healthy boundary and continue to help her. That's really, really amazing, really, really good. That's just what I wanted to say about like your story. I'm not.
Sorry, for somebody you're saying, Tom, if you're in the studio and you want to make comments outside, I think there has to be a separate link. Like you have to be watching from YouTube itself. Because when you're in the studio, like Adewale and Felix now, you're on the StreamYard link. But if you want to make comments on the YouTube while you're in the studio, you have to also have the YouTube open. So that's the reason why. Just comments on what I'm saying, just in case if anybody has.
So Felix, respond to Adewale, please.
I know the other people that had things to say to you.
And with your final words.
I believe you can hear me now.
Yes.
And,
we see you laughing.
We're putting Felix's face here to address everybody. Yes.
Anyway, first I want to say thank you to Common Sisters. We have known for a long time now, at least 2 years now. And I want to say thank you for this platform again. And to the audience, this is just a past story. Like, I just want to, what prompted it is because of the topic of abroad issue and sending money and all that. This issue is a very, 2011 now is almost 11 years. It's very long distance thing. Just I brought it to enlighten people so that are still engaging to distant relationship and marriage issues and all whatnot. That don't have any effect in this man. The helping hand, as I also said before, God passed through people. I still use word God. I see a lot of places in the Bible, and that is what makes when David saw Saul, he would have killed him, but he did not. Why? He had the right to kill him, but yet he showed him mercy. When Joseph saw the brothers, he would have killed them, but he gave them mercy. So what I believe in life, when you have that room of mercy, you also obtain favor from God, because as me, as a human being, I'm also must have wronged somebody somewhere. As I said before, I also have before things I do. And so for me, so all this thing is all about forgiveness. If you can forgive and forge ahead by yourself, fine. If you can forgive and cut off, fine. If you can forgive and help, fine. All these things are all about personal, individual differences. It's you knows where you are directing it. So all this, anybody that can help anybody, please help. If you are helping because you have emotional attached to the person, it's less for you. If you're helping because you believe that the help you're rendering is what that will pass through you, God bless people. God bless men through men. God don't come from heaven to bless a man. God still use men to bless men. So whenever God allow, when you are in a position to help people, see that God is using you to be a blessing. At the same way, somebody is opening a door of something that you expect as an individual to get to where you're going to. That is the way I see life. It's rotational. So, but it depends on the person, individual, your purpose, your reason of rendering the help is the key. What are your motives? Do you have attached to break somebody's home? Do you have the motive to sleep with somebody's wife? Do you have the motive to sleep even with somebody's husband? What are your dreams? Why are you doing that? If you can sincerely answer yourself why you are doing it, it gives you a good picture of where you're going. So that is what I call all these things. So if you can help. If you cannot help, just forget about it. And for the people that online relationship and all whatnot, that girl don't own you. It's relationship form. Money spent in relationship is money, is investment during time of relationship, and all those things doesn't count. Go to court, EFCC, all those doesn't make sense. Just let go and forge ahead, as I always say. That's my topic. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Have a wonderful
February 5th, I will never forget today. Because this is amazing. Thank you so much, Felix.
Thank you. Even people are saying it. People are saying it, you know. So the Gosa is saying, Tamoli is saying, Felix, you're an amazing man. I wish you settle down quickly and move on without looking back. I know you are trying to.
Let Felix has said his final word to.
Felix is a good man.
We agree.
We agree.
Nice ending,
Felix. So Yeah. So thank you very much,
Thank
and
you
we
very
hope to
much.
see you next week. Okay,
Mm.
Professor.
You're muted. So
I'm
you
here.
can't
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Adewale, did you hear
Yeah.
the first one where the guy spent on the girlfriend, the supposed to be fiancé for their marriage and all that stuff? Did you hear it?
No, I wasn't online. Like, I wasn't on your show at the time. But
Okay. That's the
but
one
when I saw
today.
yeah,
Today.
but when I saw the title, I kind of guessed what it is
Yeah.
about, because there's so
Yeah.
many stories like that. Like so
Yeah.
many.
So there's this one that the guy, he lives in Yankee. So, he sent money. He's been dating this girl in Nigeria, quickly. And then he's been sending money home to her to prepare for their marriage. And he flew back from Yankee to Nigeria. The house he rented, the girl was with another man. She's been staying there with another man, of which the neighbors thought that, that they were to get the husband and wife.
Mm-hmm.
And the girl had already lied to the guy that it's her cousin. But the girl's family members know that that's not.
They don't know
They don't know
this
this person's cousin is. Right? And the guy went bonkers, said he's going to call EFCC, until the girl now confessed, blah, blah, blah.
And now they are begging him to
take.
She herself is also begging for second chance. That's one story. And the next one.
And the next story is that this guy is saying 3 million to his wife to be account, so his fiance's account in preparation for marriage. The girl used the money to jack back to get visa and travel out.
So those are the two stories for this particular.
Yeah. So my question is that should the man take the first guy, should he take the matter to court? Yeah, thank you, Ofun. Should he take the matter to court and count his losses and put the woman on a payment plan? That's the first guy. Or like, what's your advice to these two men in this Twitter trend?
Like, given the way the legal system is in Nigeria, I wouldn't even want them to risk it. I'll just tell them to forget about it, because going to fight it back in Nigeria, if they don't have the money and they're actually going to spend more than they're going to get back from the women, and that's if they even get a good lawyer. Even getting a good lawyer is not enough. That lawyer has to have a very good connection. If it's not just money. The way you win justice in Nigeria is you have to have money and power. Without any of those two, it doesn't work. So, like, they're going to spend a lot more than they're going to get back from the women, and it's not just going to even be financially, emotionally, and you don't know, like, the way people fight dirty in Nigeria. I don't think it's something they want, or something they're ready for. So they should just forget about it and move on with their lives and learn from that experience. That's it. Because I mean, what they should actually be counting their losses and be grateful to God, because I mean, what if this thing has been going on for so many years and they didn't know about it? So they should just cut their losses and move on. Just move on and learn from it. So for me, I don't know. I think when my dad was trying to, make sure I'm in a relationship or have a girlfriend, and then I think there was this during lockdown. I met this senior of mine in secondary school, so he introduced me to one Igbo girl in Oka in Nigeria.
So Anambra State of Nigeria.
Yeah. But we're not in a relationship anymore. I mean, I was very naive at the time. So my dad just I was very naive. My dad just, and when I told my dad about it eventually, after we broke up and everything, my dad was like, that was not a relation. I shouldn't even count that as a relationship, because I didn't even know her. We didn't relate. There was, like, if he says, if you want to be in a relationship, your relationship has to be such that both parties can see each other. There is no barrier, no distance. So you can, what the person what the person doesn't like, how the person interacts, like things those kind of, you can relate. That's what relationship is about. So that's why I always say, like, this long distance relationships is really, it's not a relationship. It's they mostly, they're just selling an idea of a relationship. The only time it can't be a relationship is when you've built it before you left.
Yeah.
That's when it usually works. Like Mr. Maka was telling the story about that friend of hers. The reason why it worked in her case was because she already knew the guy before she left a bit. So she was kind of certain that this is going to work out. For most people, that someone just introduced them to them or a family friend. Okay, I know this girl, like she's a nice girl, and then you go back to Nigeria. Maybe you spend 1 month or 2. And the thing about Nigeria is a lot of people want to leave the country. So anyone living abroad is seen as a messiah. As a ticket to leaving the country. So both the man or the woman in Nigeria will be at their best behavior. You can't really know what they're thinking. You don't really know if they like you. Like there's not even time to actually know if there's a relationship there. Like there's something there. So like that's why it usually doesn't work out. That's why I won't tell people not to go back home and get married, because for some people it works out, some it works, but it's just a very huge risk. There's just a very big risk attached to it. I personally am not willing to take. So
good one. All right. Thank you so much, Adewale. Thank you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we appreciate your time and your contribution. Okay.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Okay. Bye. Have a good one.
Bye. Bye.
Oh, we've come to the end of another one that we did not expect to get to almost 3 hours
today. Oh, yours are
amazing. Common sense sport. I now see that you people are really hungry for relationships.
So we'll be bringing them. Even though some people like some are ready for seeing the future, we will still try to be spontaneous.
Yeah.
That we
so today
we can see what your point is.
Yeah.
But today's topic.
Please, if you have not smashed the like button, please do that. Because sometimes we can get very excited and we forget to smash the like. Please smash the like button. If you're on Facebook, just copy the link and post it on your Facebook so that people can see what's going on and they can also learn. We're all here to learn. We thank everyone that came on the panel. We thank everyone that's been commenting. We thank from the first video to the second video. We also thank the silent watchers, those who are watching us silently and all that. Those of you who are contemplating on subscribing, we know, just hit the subscribe button and put on your notification bell. It's very, very important so that you can get a reminder when we are going live. We usually go live every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is Toronto time in Canada time. Okay? So please put on your notification bell. Don't forget to subscribe.
Leave a comment. Share the video. Join us next week again when we're back.
Next week is going to be juicy because it's
same time. Someone has already busted what we're talking about.
It's the weekend of Valentine.
It is the Valentine episode.
Yes.
Time of love.
And it's going to be great. Okay? Amen.
You don't have any other thing to say.
No, you have said it all. Thanks for watching. And until we see you next time,
may common sense